It's
Accent.
an accent
Oh,
change.
sorry.
Accent.
It cut out. Yeah, it cut out the scent part. I just heard axe. Like, okay, what?
And unless an axe is a
Oh, you
martial
badass.
weapon, I believe I could use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, my first playthrough
Yeah,
of
you have
Skyrim.
simple weapons.
My first playthrough, I played the worst combination. I played a sneak conjurer, so I was like, it made no sense. Like I would sneak into a room, no one would detect me, and then I would cast a big ass elemental in the middle of it, and it would reveal me instantly, and I would die. So what was the point?
Like
Every-
I like playing playing fighter.
Yeah,
I am really also interested in playing a caster, just because I mean, Grim is pretty much my first D&D character. I played a little bit with Joe, with and some other friends, but I also play a fighter. So right now I kind of want to try a caster, just to get the idea. So if something happens to Grim, and I'm not gonna go suicidal, but my backup character is gonna be either a wizard or a warlock.
Yeah. Well, I can suggest paladin if you don't want to go full head dive into caster and still want to be able to do stuff.
No, but I mean, if I go warlock, I'm gonna pick Hexblade, because then you
Okay.
I kind of have like a hybrid. I can be
Yeah, that
melee
also works.
and yeah,
I was thinking going cleric for my backup.
Yeah, clerics are pretty awesome. I
Oh.
played a cleric. My last campaign that I played in, I was a cleric, and we almost killed the dragon. So
And
It's
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, if you go cleric, pick life domain, because I hear the healings are sick.
yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I fucking hate dragons. Both times I've ever fought a dragon, I failed the fear roll. Both.
Oh,
Ouch.
Fuck dragons.
yeah. I played a tiefling cleric, and pretty much saved my party at every turn. And I was early levels. I think level 1. I already had like 18 AC.
Yeah, because
Disadvantage
you get
on
like
stealth.
chainmail and a shield.
That's exactly what I was
Shield can also
rocking.
count as your focus.
And then we got a dragon slaying sword. So I'm rocking a dragon slaying sword with 18 AC. My life is shit because I rolled it, but I'm just taking hits. Trying to tank as much hits. Yeah, I guess we could start.
Worse than me.
Now.
So just be patient with me. I'm using a new tool. Keep track of stuff. So,
It's all
so last session, you guys found yourselves reunited at the bar. The Pemblebrook still, as the sign says. And you took a brief moment to go over your plans to deceive the three-headed lizard. Pemblebrook visits, along with his son, Knack. And after saying his goodbyes to everybody, you're reassured that his establishment is in good hands, he departs and mentions that he'll be heading to Kodosphere, a continent to the east, where he wants to see the world during his retirement. You guys continue going over the details of your plan, visiting a few stores, picking up a few instruments along the way.
It will make them all into bards.
Yes, it looks like that. Alistair manages to acquire some materials in the market to fashion all of you some red cloaks to aid in your deception. Continue on with your plans. So, meanwhile, Savos continues his studies, and Brotar took a moment to enjoy the bar's offerings, not certain whether he would be able to see it again after the plans in the evening. With the preparations completed, you guys set the plan in motion, and a bit of a minor encounter with an old man nearly threw the plan off the rails. Who was outside just minding his own business as you guys walked by. Had a brief discussion with him that left him grumbling and walking away, and you continued forth in the cover of night. You guys approached the western castle wall, or the tower wall, and things seem to be going according to plan as you guys attacked a guard on watch, causing chaos and confusion along the ranks, coupled with your loud booming message mentioning the Red Hand. It sent all of the watchmen guards scattering. Savos, being the brave one, apparently, runs forth.
More like
After
stupid, but yeah.
After a few lizard members appear to investigate the commotion outside, with Brotar following shortly after. Suddenly, a man wearing a broken chain armor jumps down and begins to attack the party. Brotar taking the brunt of the hits, as this seemingly uninterested man begins to taunt the party, saying that you will all be dead, asking if you guys are crazy for even attempting to attack the three-headed lizards. After a tense battle, you guys all managed to escape. Brotar with just the sliver of health, and escaped, leaving the western wall, heading about 10 miles away, just outside of Oldwin, towards the underground cavern that you guys had encountered in the past. At that moment, you guys took a brief rest, and Sardan managed to sense that there was perhaps something afoot, and suddenly the thunderous sound of galloping horses begins to grow ever closer, at which point you guys hid. Sardan cut the ropes on all of your horses and sent all the horses scattering.
Right before
a
we
woman,
killed him.
yeah, right before
I'm kidding.
a woman appears. A dark-skinned woman with what looks like spectral panther, a green spectral panther appears, and she begins investigating the tracks leading to your encampment. After hiding for a little while and managing to avoid her, she heads off, and shortly after, a caravan appears with Brotar and Sardan realizing that it is, in fact, a caravan of slaves. Sardan and Brotar approached this caravan and begin to attack it, trying to release the prisoners that are in there. And after successfully doing so, heads back to the party, and that is where we left off. So, it is, I believe, still the 25th of Rem, and it's night. What do you all want to do?
So how many slaves did we rescue?
6?
Total there were 6.
Are they still with Brotar and Sardan?
Yeah, so Sarda and Brotar just the rest of you are sitting in the encampment as Brotar and Sardan approach with the 6.
I'd like
Who the
to.
fuck are those guys?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I thought we ended up talking about this at the end of the session.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was
did we?
to catch everyone's memory, but
Okay, just one last question. Did we manage to keep the thing they were carrying, the slaves?
yes, it's currently sitting still roadside.
Okay, excellent. Because we lost all of our horses.
Thank you, Jordan.
Right?
So
Who's this Jordan you speak of?
He had a decent idea, just not fully thought out.
Yeah.
But no.
I mean, a better
we
idea
might be
would have
in
been
trouble.
us getting on our horses and just, running away. But that's me.
That would have left
We don't know
tracks
how far
leading
they
back
were
to
gonna
us.
track us.
exactly.
I mean, we could have fought him off. Anyways, I just fucking missed my horse. Okay.
Yeah, I
It was
missed
a nice
Moo.
horse.
Where did Moo
I
go?
would like to make a proposition.
I will not have sex with you unless you buy me dinner. Run over.
You're a strange man, Grim.
I
the
know.
six slaves who you guys freed are standing there, kind of looking about, really confused as
Yep,
you continue your banter.
just about to take care of that.
Are
So-
they human or sorry?
No, go ahead. Ask your
At least
question.
one of
I'll
them
get to
is-
my thing.
Are they human
Half-orc.
or what are half orc?
At least one of them.
One of them for sure, Brotar has recognized as the orc who disrespected him, who he saw at the square and gave him a nod. And the rest of them, I'll say just go make a medicine check with advantage, just to see.
Okay. 1 second. I am really bad at it.
I believe in you.
Oof.
I guess not.
Given
The
my
rest of them
background,
look-
Would I be able to tell?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. So
You want
Grim,
me to
you
make
look
the
on.
medicine?
Yeah, I'll say do it with advantage as well. I'll just say just because you're all kind of peering at this group, all in all.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
one of them is the full orc, 100% full orc. The other three of them are half elf. Give me a second. Let me just pull up my notes. Yeah, three of them are half elf. Two of them are human. Or sorry, one of them is human. And one of them is hard to say. He's humanoid. They're all male.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't think you've encountered it before. He looks human-ish.
So,
Not even in the menagerie. Okay.
Yeah.
you were slaves.
The orc who Brotar encountered before, who seems to be kind of the de facto leader. The rest of them don't really speak. They kind of hang their head low. Steps up and says, "Yes, we were sold off for the mines."
Well, and Faustus kind of looks back to his group. Before I speak, if my fellows disagree with me, they're more than welcome to speak up. But I will offer you a choice. You can take your leave with your freedom with absolutely no qualms, no God, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, conditions applied to it whatsoever. Or you can take up arms with us.
And then I stay in orc and help us kill them all.
And they kind of shuffle a little bit, and they kind of look around to each other. The orc stands tall in front of all of you, almost menacingly, with a little bit of almost confidence. He holds out his hand as if to request a handshake, and he says, "Lore." He holds his hands out.
Faustus.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Grim. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Faustus, and I'll return it.
He gives you a nod. The rest of them are still very meek at the situation. They're cold, they're hungry, they look almost like they're sickly. However, the one orc, at the sound of you saying something about killing, seems to be very rotund. He's very upbeat, almost.
So I turn to the group and I say,
Says nothing. He's dead.
He says,
Turns to the group and just vanishes. Turn to the group and vanished.
Bobby? He's like, I say to the
Grim, you
group,
there?
he just takes off running.
Diddly-doo.
It's like a Mr. Deeds.
What
He's
happened?
gone again.
Lost him.
Is his internet being shit?
Got two coconuts with a string in the middle. A Brazilian internet.
Good?
"Oh,
Grim!
I'm here. Sorry."
There you
it's,
go. Welcome
button
back.
up.
Jordan had his revenge.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell happened?
I don't know. It stopped working.
So Grim just spaces out for a second, and everyone looks around confusingly.
If you've got
Sorry.
something to say it.
The last thing you guys heard?
I said,
Turn to the group and say,
Sorry. So, is there are there any towns near here other than Olden?
There are a few. Like a town, just any sort of town.
Yeah.
There aren't any towns per se. Like Oldwin is situated in a fairly not super isolated, but everything is relatively far away from it.
Okay, boys. We need a few more hands.
It's a
I think
start.
it's risky. I think it's risky to use those guys and then I point to the dead bodies. Because I just want to be on the safe side here. You know.
yeah,
I don't want to
they'll
risk.
probably know their faces.
Yeah, because here's the thing: that one guy we fought was powerful enough to fight all 6 of us. So I don't want to risk having the 3 of them coming for us.
I agree.
So I say
that-
we go.
Sorry.
No, I say we go to a random town. We check out if they have any bandits, giving them shit. We find them, we kill them, we take their hands.
And we give them the cloaks and
Yeah.
mask too.
Sounds a lot more safe than using these blocks.
I agree.
By the way, I believe we gave the weapons and art. Well, I don't know about the armor, but the weapons and stuff we found off the bodies to the orcs here.
Yeah, so one of them, Lore, has one of the long swords, or the short swords, and the other has the other. One of them has the other, the human.
I'm sorry. We are playing. We have kind of sort of a con going that we want to. I mean, we've been planning this for a while, and we wanted to see it through before we take on the 3-headed lizards.
We've been planning this for like 3 days.
It's a long
That's
time for us,
long.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Alistair brings up a fair point. We seem to be a bit off the cuff.
Lore
Kinda
looks
cutting
over
out
at
for
all
me.
of you. Lore looks at all of you and says, "So, what do you need from us?"
Well, what do we need from them? Should we keep
need an
them
army.
hidden? Yeah. Maybe we should keep them hidden until it's time to strike against the 3-headed lizards.
Probably one of the best places for them to hide is at our bar. Have them working
Yeah.
there.
But I mean,
That's a good idea.
I
but
don't know.
just here's the thing, fellas. These guys were being. I'm sorry. Where were they sending you? Do you guys know?
To the mines.
They all look at each other, and Lore points over to the northwest, towards the direction where you guys were headed before,
I knew
and
it.
says, "The Alaranthian mines."
I mean, at
That
some
place
point,
where we
having
fell
these
down.
guys working at the bar if they're slaves and we them in town before.
True.
Something needs to
I'm
be done
going
about
to
those
say
mines.
to the. I'm
Go
going to
ahead,
say to the
Sava.
Sorry. I'm going to say to the slaves, I'm going to go, do you happen to know what they were mining there?
Finish Savos. I
No one
implored.
answers, except Lore, who says, "No clue. They were just... We were bought. Bought recently. When I saw you at the market square," and he looks over at Brotar, says, "Somebody had purchased us."
No man has a right to own another man.
Free now.
Sorry, go ahead, Silas.
Oh, nothing. I was just going to say, great, that does nothing but further my suspicions.
Although, out of character, I assume it's the same mine that we went to, in which case it was that, like, Uber Rock.
Yeah, it was that one place that I thought they were mining Meraxium. You know,
Yeah.
that one thing Sardin's bracelet's made of.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well, like I said, you're free to go or you're free to join up with us. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hit the mines now?
Might as
actually,
well.
if
We're
we
heading in
do
that
that,
direction.
actually, if we do that, take a couple of the like the under mooks and use them as our patsy. You could kill two birds with one stone with that.
And we'll have
Still,
our army. Sorry, go ahead, Silvus.
When you were saying that, were you talking about using their slaves as an army, or like using like the guards as a patsy or something? Because I cut out, I didn't hear you too well.
Oh.
Both.
Yeah, we can do both.
All right,
Take their
then
slaves, raise an army.
I'm going to say I'm all for freeing their slaves, but I don't think we should use one of their own as a patsy. It's too risky. They could always know their face.
Well, that's why I'm saying we use the like lower level guards there, like people that are probably just no one knows their fucking name. They're that low on the totem pole.
I suppose you're right, but I
mean, that would be the quickest way for us to handle all this.
I mean, if you guys don't want to travel around looking for bandits, we can just go back to Oldwin and then put in motion my first idea, which is to have, one of you who can change your appearance, walking around like a woman, and then whoever attacks you, it's gonna happen. We just kill them and take their hands, and voila, we got our bandits. We got our red hands.
While I like your direct approach, I have to side with Alistair because there's always going to be a chance that someone is going to know, the person that happens to attack one of us. Plus, we need to go back to those mines at some point anyway because of the slaves that are there. This could be a good opportunity to do both.
Yeah, we might as well just hit the mines now, deal with that.
If we take over the mines, we can use that as a base of operations to launch this full-scale attack.
Especially if we can get a hold of the Meraxium.
I strongly advise we don't get into that.
Yes, but we can keep it away from those who want it.
I like
Too,
where you're
yeah.
going with that one.
I mean, can we just blow the thing up and make sure nobody gets into it again?
No, because that
Yeah.
would make a scene, and we want to do anything but make ourselves a spectacle.
Oh, speak for yourself, Sabas.
I mean, Faustus, your ability to move Earth that could cause a cave in for part of it.
That is an interesting
Okay.
idea.
So we go in, we kill the enforcers, we free the slaves, and then we cause a cave-in?
Close the cave in.
You guys are all saying this in character, right? Or out of character?
Yeah,
Yep.
in character.
Okay. Ryan,
Yes.
did you get my message?
Oh shit.
I'll just say it in front of everybody since we're open and honest. Make an insight check for me.
Ah, shit balls.
Sorry, I didn't.
One of these guys is undercover.
Oh, fucking hell. Fuck.
Oh,
He rolled a fucking 0.
A natural
Okay.
1.
wow.
Oh,
Does not get
God.
any better than that.
So, as you guys are discussing this, you see the slaves are kind of gathered together in some small way, still standing around. A few of them have kind of sat down, in particular the half-elves. Angrily, you hear Lore say in Orcish, which Brotar and Grim you'll understand. He says, "You need bodies."
Yeah.
I mean, the more we have, the better of a force we have to take down these. Well, I wouldn't know. Never mind. Didn't hear him.
Yep. So Brotar and Grim, he says this in Orcish to you.
Yes, we do.
They have an army, and it's just the 6 of us. I mean, 5.5 because Sardine can really fight.
He kind of like slowly backs up, stands behind the 3 half-elves, and in one quick swoop, he just slices all of them and begins cutting the 3 of them down. The human
What?
freaks out, and he starts
Oh.
pulling the sword out, but fumbling.
Immediately
Yeah.
cast hold person on the orc.
Okay. Go. What does he have to make? A whiz?
Wisdom save DC 14.
Gotta make a whiz.
He rolled a 14.
Ah, fuck. Let's
He
see.
cuts them all down.
Can I grapple
Kinda
him?
shrugs
Like,
off.
jump on him?
I'll say, go ahead.
Is that just a
What
straight?
the hell?
How that work? Strength?
Yeah. Strength on strength. He rolled an 8. Plus,
13?
he rolled a 10.
13, so I can grab.
Yeah. So as soon as you see him do this, he is restrained. The 3 half-elves are on the ground moaning. The human is freaking out, as is the other one that's unknown to you. Who, as you guys
I'm
kind of
gonna
approach
cast-
closer. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast
go ahead.
healing word on all of them.
Okay, as you begin to cast a spell, he begins yelling loudly and kind of almost freaking out in Orcish, and he begins saying, "Don't! Don't!"
Why? What the hell, man?
He says, "You need bodies."
Not innocents. We're not like the fucking 3-headed lizards.
He kind of pulls away from you, Brotar. You're still grappling him, but he's kind of just like leaning forward and trying to rush at those things, and he spits at them. He's like, "Innocents? These are no innocents."
What did they do?
The 3 of them are still moaning on the ground.
What
In
did they
pain.
do? What do you mean they're not innocents?
Listen, friend, I bet you better tell us pretty quick here what's going on.
Make an intimidation check on him.
Me or
I'll say
Rotar said it.
Ooh, 5.
Yeah. Okay.
I am rolling awesome today.
He goes,
Jeez.
take my word, brother. These are no innocents. And he looks you dead in the eye, turns around and looks you dead in the eye as you're grappling him.
and I'm talking to him in Orc.
Yeah.
Just tell me what they did. You can't just fucking kill people like that.
He spits on them again and turns to you and says, fucking child killers.
Oh yeah, okay. Grim
Starts
just takes his
rumbling.
sword and cuts one of their heads off.
I'm gonna
I will
cast Hideous
stop
Laughter
him.
on Grim.
I'll
Okay.
step in front of him before he tried anything.
Okay.
I have
They
something
are-
that can...
Okay, insight. I want to see if he's lying to me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll insight check. And you're gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Alistair, you step in front of Grim as the other two actually stand beside you, almost to create a wall.
Guys, he's telling the
I
truth,
love that
obviously.
the two dum-dums are trying to figure out what's going on here.
Okay,
Telling the truth
guys,
about
I
what?
have a way to make sure everyone is being honest.
He's grumbling
let
Give
now.
me a sec.
I
He's
know
starting
in my
to-
bones that he's telling the truth.
I think he's right.
About what? Half of this conversation's been in Orcish.
He says that these have been killing children.
Where's the evidence?
I don't know. It seems
Let
pretty
me-
legit to me.
I cast
you
Zone of
just
Truth on all of us. Fuck it.
Okay. I'll say first, Grim, make a save against Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
what is
Wait,
this?
wisdom
So,
save if I had to
Wisdom?
guess.
It's a wisdom save against my spell save, which is 13.
Oh, you
So now
motherfucker.
you're just rolling on the
So
floor
as
laughing.
you go ahead and you try to cut the head off of one of these guys, the moaning stops. The other two are still moaning on the ground. You fall to the ground and begin laughing. The human and the other one begin to kind of stand beside Alistair, and they kind of step back a little bit from you as you laugh maniacally on the ground. And you roll Zone of Truth on everybody.
Just everyone right now is
Okay.
a...
So you guys watch as Alistair waves his hand and begins speaking a few words. So everybody has to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
Is that able to be negated if you're willing?
Yeah, it's everyone within
Just
15-foot
asking.
radius. I would assume everyone's within that.
me
Yeah, like
as well.
You can tell the truth, but you can also be kind of circling around the truth. You don't have to say like the blatant truth.
Oh God!
I'm not really worried about Faustus, right? I'm more focused on all of the...
So that's a 24.
Are you more focused on the orc guy lore?
Yeah,
or
so the-
all of the prisoners is mainly who I'm after. You guys
So
don't really
Laura,
matter too much.
Laura rolled a 10 minus 1, so 9.
That's probably a fail. I don't
The
think you
hu-
gave me the save.
The
Well,
human
shouldn't it be
failed.
what your something is?
It's not.
Spell
It's
save?
from a
Spell
magic
save.
item, not my spells.
Oh, gotcha.
Ooh!
Okay, we'll just say for the sake of this, it's on
14
your
is
spell
typically
save.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, then 14.
Okay. So the human and the other one fail. The guy on the ground, the two on the ground who, Jesus, this dice is going to jail. The two on the ground, I rolled a 1 and a 4 for them, and they're fucking dying on the ground.
So,
They
I mean,
both
that's
fail,
appropriate.
so everybody fails.
okay,
Except
yeah.
the-
So
whoever's-
only Faustus saved. Funny
Yeah.
enough.
Well, God is exempt from having to tell the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
Grotar, you can feel the muscles of the rage of this orc tensing as he kind of almost drooling and becoming feral. He's growling underneath his breath and kind of still trying to get to them as you're grappling him.
I'll turn to the orc and tell him, what you're saying is true. You can have their heads, but let me confirm that first.
He doesn't answer. He's just intent. Bloodlust in his
I'll say
eyes.
it in Orcish. Are you telling the truth?
He goes, fucking child killers. And he's just lunging forward.
You can't lie in Orcish! You
I'll-
motherfucker!
I am 20 feet.
Silas, you have to teach me that spell.
Hideous laughter.
I will turn
Please
around to the two that he was about to kill. I'll
Mhm.
say, is what he's saying true? And answer directly. Do not word around the question. Just a simple yes or no.
They
And
don't
they
speak
both-
Orcish.
They're
Do
both
they?
very
I
they're
gave
both
them
hurt
all 8
on the-
healing.
Ah.
I
They're
cast
both on
those
the
3
ground.
healing words.
Okay. Oh, you healed them? Okay.
All of them
Gotcha.
got 8 HP.
Yeah, so as the two one of them is dead. Grim cut his head off.
I thought I would try to jump in front of him if I saw him coming,
Okay.
like before he threw a strike.
If that's the case, I'll say just to resolve that part, make a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Or just a general dexterity check, and Grib make a general dexterity check. 16.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not what I want.
Not a save, just make sure it's a...
Yeah, I'm
That's a
sorry.
just
I'm gonna
quick
actually do it on
dex
roll
save.
20 because, oh, there you go.
That is
Con.
Constitution.
Constitution.
What the hell? Sorry.
Well, you would have passed anyway. You rolled a natural 17, so yeah, you would have been faster than me.
Yeah.
No,
So-
no, but I want to roll the
You
correct.
rolled a Constitution again.
Okay,
You
damn.
rolled it. Just click the word dexterity on your character sheet.
Yeah, no, because I was trying to on D&D Beyond, and it's being an asshole.
He's having a hard
Yeah.
time concentrating because of all
Hey,
the
he's
laughing.
still
He's
rolled an
laughing too
18.
hard, so he can't concentrate that way.
Yeah, so before you can even get the word out, Grim's fighting prowess comes through, and he just immediately just decapitates the one on the ground. However, the other two, still a little frightful now, or a little frightful now is what they've just seen, begin to kind of breathe heavily as their wounds recover. They make eye contact with Lore, and they both speak, even though you asked them not to, just to give you a yes and no answer. They both begin to say, but it wasn't supposed to be that way. It wasn't supposed to go that way. And they both just kind of whisper the same thing. Almost one starts and the other starts kind of mirroring, and they both kind of chant this together.
Explain yourselves.
It wasn't supposed to be that way.
Explain it now before I kill everyone here, and I'll cast Armor of Agathis just to make
No,
myself
no,
more
no, no.
intimidating.
I'm gonna I'll kill them, you motherfucker. That's my job.
I'm taking a page from your book, dipshit.
And they both say, it wasn't supposed to go that way. They saw. It wasn't supposed to be that way. They saw
what?
They saw us.
I'm starting to lose my patience.
They both start almost tearing up and crying as they're both rocking each other back and forth. They don't expound any more than what they just said.
I
Fucking damn it. I'm
But
gonna
you
grab
guys
the
are-
manacles and just latch them back into them.
am going to cast sleep on Captain What's His Fuck, the orc.
On Lore, okay. So what does he have to
Yeah,
do?
which is.
Oh no,
hold on a
it's an.
second.
Oh no, his health. Yeah, go
You
ahead and
have
roll
to do
for
an AOE. It's everyone. He has.
Yeah,
No,
you'll get
it's
Brotar.
anybody that I
up.
want.
They
It
have to be in the
says- hold on.
area. So if you just choose him and Brotar, I guess that'll work.
It's
assume he
creatures
has more
within
health than
20 feet that I choose. So I only choose
Oh.
him. The
Okay.
Okay.
5d8.
I did not know
Yep,
that.
5d8.
43.
Can I make another wisdom save, Jay?
43.
How the fuck did you roll a 21?
Yeah,
What?
I'll get to you in a sec.
I don't know how I rolled a 20. How did I roll a 15? What the fuck?
What?
No, those are.
You did the exclamation points. I think
Yeah.
that's popping off. You want to take
Yeah,
that
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
How you get a 21 out of a D8? Yeah, okay.
There you go.
17.
That's
17?
more like it.
Okay. You watch as he's kind of gritting his teeth and he begins to slowly. The muscles relax in your grip, Rotar, as he dazes for a second, kind of circling around and falls on the ground. Well, in your clutches. He goes dead fish on you as you're holding him.
I don't think we're going to get anything out of them with the aggressive approach. Sorry, you were
Grim, make
saying?
another wisdom save or charisma save.
Charisma or wisdom?
Charisma.
Okay.
19.
Ooh.
So as time kind of passes, your laughter kind of subsides as you're now realizing what's going on around you.
Okay, so I stand up and I punch Savos in the face.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
Can I make
for an attack. I'll say, let's see if he hits your AC, which he
Oh,
probably
Jesus,
does not.
fuck.
So,
Yeah, a little bit of the giggles left.
yeah, you still got a little bit of the giggles left, and you kind of, as you're just about to throw, your muscle just spasms. But Savos just quickly ducks out of the way.
I
gonna
wanted to
run away.
miss.
But you did. Good for you. You rolled a nat
After
2.
hearing him say that, I am going to start running away, and I'm gonna hide behind Alastair.
The
And
two
I'm
are
gonna
still
say-
kind of.
Not this shit again!
I'll get
the
ya!
two, the two beside you, Alistair, are kind of just standing with this. The human is holding the sword out, ready to fight. But as he sees the orc kind of relax a little bit, he kind of starts putting his sword down a little.
You know anything about what the fuck is going on? I asked the human.
He goes,
Know anything about this mess?
"Sorry, sir. No, I just met these individuals the other day, and I'm not quite sure."
Damn it. Justice, you bought Talk to Dead Scrolls, right?
Yes, I did. Well, as much as I had hoped to use it on my wife, I suppose this would probably be a good time.
I will buy you another one. It's just for right now, we kind of would be best if we can talk to the guy Grim decapitated.
You're right. Okay,
Rightfully
I
decapitated.
would like to cast
Possibly.
the spell from the scroll.
Okay. So you pull out a little bit of burning incense, and you stand or sit right beside the lifeless corpse of this other half elf. You can ask up to 5 questions.
Okay. Did you kill children?
Orc children, I guess, would be the
Yeah.
best way to word it.
He looks over at you, and the eyes kind of kind of flop forward and start opening up as a small sense of life seems to come back to it, and it speaks in half-elf.
Savos, did you understand that?
Actually, y'all cut out, so if I did understand it, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you said yes.
But in
half-elf.
Elvish, right?
Yeah, in Elvish.
All right, then I'm going to say to Faustus, he says they did kill children. They did.
Okay.
Why?
Ask him what was
Oh.
his reasoning?
Why did you kill them?
It takes a brief moment before it answers you and says, "They saw us taking."
Taking what?
He continues and says, "Taking from their family."
What were you taking from their family?
It kind of just sits lifeless for a second before it begins to animate once again and answers, "Food.
They killed fucking children for food. I decapitate another one.
I stand in the way again. We're waiting
Okay.
until we use the last question before we attack Grim.
Alistair, do you want to choose the last question?
Grim, are you going to continue to fight or
No,
attack?
when Alistair puts himself in front of me, I stand down.
So,
All right,
What?
I guess. Why
you're not
did
gonna
you
ask the
want to
question,
steal
I'll ask.
food?
Why did you want to steal food?
There you go. The Sallows. We were hungry in the Sallows.
You know, I've been hungry too, motherfucker. And you know what? What I didn't do? I didn't kill children. And then I decapitated another one.
So, Faustus, the eyes just roll back, and just eventually the mouth closes, and the head goes still.
I'll just say a quick prayer over him.
Turn to the last one, not stopping Grim this time, and say, if you don't want to end up like your two friends, I want you to explain exactly what the Sallows are and everything.
It's the
Your
shitty part of Odin.
Your zone of truth is 10. How is it? 10 minutes or something? It's long,
It
isn't
is 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. He kind of panically starts shaking and kind of almost breaking down. But after a few moments, realizing kind of what he's done, him and the others have done, he goes, "Sir, my brothers and I the Sallows are, it's a part of town. There's nothing for us there. No opportunity, no place to live." And he kind of just starts tearing up, looking over at his brothers.
Want to know,
What a waste.
if we let you live, are you going to try any of that? You're going to try this again, where you're going to kill
Alistair.
children.
So, okay, listen. He just heard us plotting to take down the three-headed lizards. and then saw us kill his brothers after, killing children. If we let him go, we can't go back to Odin because we're done.
Little Weasel
There's
deserves it. Kill him.
We're better than
I
killing
ta-
an unarmed
I
man.
take his hat off.
What did you say, Faustus?
I said we're better than killing unarmed men.
Oh,
I'm
is
gonna
that
toss the.
okay?
I'm gonna toss the slave my dagger.
No, I'm
And
gonna
then
do
I'm
you
gonna
one
say-
better. I take my +1 sword and I give it to him, and I say, it's okay. You don't want me to kill an unarmed man? Here you go. Come on, it's you and I now.
At this point, Brotar, Lore is starting to kind of shake his head and stand up. He's calm. He's not freaking out anymore. The rage seems to have subsided. Are you still going to grapple him?
No, I'll let him go.
Okay.
But in Orcish, he'll say, "Be cool."
He kind of looks around and looks at you, takes in your word and nods. At this point, the half-elf on the ground has gone from a shaken expression to a almost... He seems almost accepting. His head is tilted back. He's looking up at the sky and almost seems very docile at this point. He kind of gives a small, very minor glance to the sword on the ground, and almost with no energy, as if he's got none left in him, he takes the sword and he says, looks up at the sky and says, What have we done?
I am
What?
going to take Grim's sword back and kneel down to talk to him.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Okay.
He's attempting to lift the blade.
Fuck.
He's actually attempting to put the blade up to his throat as you just rush up and grab his wrist. He continues to mutter the words. What have we done, brothers? What have we done? He's just clutching the blade up to his throat as hard as he could.
What's your
I'm
name,
gonna
Elf?
slap him in the face.
Okay, go ahead and make... I guess it'd just be straight unarmed strike. He's going to take it. He's not going to...
Yeah, I deal 1 damage, so.
You slap him in the face, and he gets kind of shaken a second, but continues with his very docile demeanor.
What's your name, Elf?
He doesn't answer. He's just saying, "What have I done, brothers? What have I done?" And he's holding the blade up to his throat.
Listen to me.
Rest in
Listen
peace.
close.
I cast a ray of frost on him.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll your damage.
I did not mean to do that advantage.
Yeah, that'll be... It's okay. It'll auto hit.
Yeah, and this is the first time I cast a frost damage since I got my new feat. So you just see winds of just cold winds start whipping around Alistair as he casts the spell.
What the fuck?
He starts
So as-
glowing. Pretty bright too.
So with a bright flash and a gust of wind circling around the scene, you watch as the last little bit of words escape his mouth. And he says, "Brothers, what have I..." And he just freezes in place, with the blade still held up.
Okay, you.
Savos,
I'm
your
just
hand
gonna-
goes cold, really, really cold, as you're clutching his wrist.
Hey, Jay, can you remind me what time of year is it? Was it summertime?
So generally in Rem, it would be. Hold on one sec.
I'm just trying to gauge if Brotar is going to be freaked the fuck out about just random snow showing up or frost.
Yeah, it wouldn't be winter. So the winter would have been in the first 2 months of the year. You're now in the third month, so it's almost like a thawing period of
It's
thaw.
like
Okay, so
almost
Brotar's
spring.
just losing his mind. Like, what the
I'm gonna.
You've seen him cast Ray of Frost before. It just
This is
he's a
different,
little
right?
bit more spooky.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same spell. It just now there's like a little windstorm that forms around him for 6 seconds,
Oh, okay. Well,
dies down pretty quick.
I'm not going to worry about it then.
But he does glow
So-
when it happens.
Why are you glowing?
Yeah,
He's a
so-
little ominous. Don't know.
You guys saw that, right? It's kind of weird.
It is strange, but Alistair is a remarkable being.
There's a lot of weird
All
stuff
magic is
happening
weird.
tonight.
All magic is weird. You get used to it fast.
I agree with that. All magic is weird.
Besides, I don't think you could really get much weirder than coming back to life.
Also true. But what the hell? I have an axe that talks to me, so, we all got our issues, right?
The other two individuals step back away from you, Alistair. They kind of step back about 5 or so feet away from you as you do this. And the
Such a
human
waste.
says, sirs, I hope you know that I am not enslaved as much as these individuals were, at least, for crimes of a similar nature. I was merely just minding my own business, and, I happened to catch a glimpse of something that I assume I wasn't supposed to see. However, you should know that I did not partake in such atrocities. And the other individuals kind of, without even really knowing what to say, no words come out of this guy's mouth. He kind of runs up beside the human and says, "Oh yeah, me too."
Are they still
They're
under the
I'm-
effects of the moment of truth?
Oh yeah, they would be.
Okay, then
In my experience, when someone says that I was just an innocent bystander, they generally aren't.
still under the
I'm
effects of
going
my
to-
spell. They cannot lie. Try to lie right now, Brotar. You failed it too.
Maybe it's just a matter of perspective.
Try to say my skin is green. Like yours.
Your skin is blue. Purple, I guess, right?
It's blue. It's like an ice blue.
God damn it, I guess it works. I can't say it. My skin is green. Dang it.
It'll go away
I'm
in
not-
about another 8 minutes or such.
I'm not mad at Savos, but I'm still gonna punch him in the face. Shit!
God damn it. Can we just go the fuck to sleep?
He disrespected me, man. I
We
really
did
don't care
attack
about that. I
someone
just want.
before we were able to confirm if he was. Now, he was worthy of death. It's just, it'd be better to
I-
get that.
I just knew it. He wouldn't lie to me, nor.
Just want to be able to confirm stuff before we go hacking away willy nilly.
Okay, so we have the hands now. Should we just go back to Oldwin, or do you guys still want to hit the mines?
Probably be best if we at least wait a few days before
Agreed.
going straight back, because their search party is still in this area looking for them. It'd be
So-
weird if we came up saying we found them when they were right on their tail. But we probably want to wait a few days before heading back.
Okay,
What do we do with these guys?
okay.
Is any of them left alive? I can't. I'm sorry.
There's
the
one
orc,
human.
the human, and the unknown. Or
So
the
the unknown one has long, kind of white flowing hair, and kind of stands amongst all of you and says, "If I may, I just didn't pay my tax, so I wasn't, a child killer or anything."
No, we're not gonna kill. They sold you into slavery because you didn't pay your tax.
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of how Oldman works, I guess. And the human's like nodding in agreement. He goes,
For now.
yeah. It's bad.
oh, I probably know what he is.
What?
This guy is out of character. I'm assuming he's an Azamar.
Maybe.
To derail.
So, yeah. So they say, yeah, Oldwin's kind of not exactly a place for us, but we got nowhere else to go. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, anywhere will be better than a place that will send you into slavery for not fucking paying taxes.
and
Then
the
will you
human
fight
says-
with us?
Empire's MO.
And the human who's got
Yeah.
short black hair and he's kind of got pock marks all over his face, kind of really weathered, tan skin, looks at everybody and says, and what? You expect us to just saunter out and deal with monsters and empires and we just want to work.
You can come work for us. Under one condition. Everything you heard us say and everything you saw us do stays that way. None of that leaves your mouth ever. And I'll offer you a job.
They look at each other, almost like comically. They just like look at each other, and without even a second, they both go, "Okay."
I didn't expect it to be that easy. Do you at least want to know what it is you'll be working as?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Better than slavery.
Yeah, we have a
That's
brothel.
fair.
Yeah, that. I'm fucking with you,
We
man.
have a bar. You might want to.
The accent, the long-haired man kind of turns and looks over to the side as you say that, but the human's eyes widen and he goes, "Oh, a brothel, you say?"
God, I wish.
It's a bar, you horny fuck. It's a bar, you horny fuck.
I think you and this one, as I'm going to Grim, probably get along fine if that's how you act.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna
are
chop
we-
this guy's head off.
We just killed 3 people and we're talking about hiring people. What the fuck?
I mean, that's just some.
We need bartenders. So what?
It's been a night and it's only been like 5 minutes since I've woke up.
5 minutes, 5 days. What's the difference?
You've seen me kill people before, man.
No, it's just this whole scenario is just fucked up to high hell. I don't even know
Then
what the
go
fuck is going
back
on.
I think I
To
agree.
sleep.
This is a pretty fucked up night.
That's
oh yes,
why.
it's been one hell of a night.
That's
Yeah,
why
but I mean,
we're going to punish the ones that make this situation possible.
Yeah, I'm with Faustus in this. I'm. Aldwin needs to change. We gotta leave the town better than we found. We can't
Lord.
just walk away, and then be okay with slavery. That shit's gotta end.
By the way, does anybody remember why we came here in the first place?
It was on our way to Dragon Scar.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there were slaves, and we bought a bar. It was a whole thing, you know. We
It
just
was a
kinda got
crazy
stuck here.
like 4 days.
It's been a weird 4 days, right? It's been a week.
But also
Lord
join
kinda
the mercenary
stands-
group. Sorry, go ahead.
The Lord just stands in agreement, puts his arm on Brotar's shoulder and says, "It has been a week, brother."
If I'm comfortable enough with you to call me brother, but okay.
Yeah, just so you know, I'm his only brother, and I say that in all.
Well, all you here
He-
are my brother, except for I don't know about this guy yet. I know we're both.
He takes his hands away from your shoulder and says, in common, he says, "What I know is, if there's killing for the masters, then you have my sword."
For them or of
I
them?
like.
Sorry, killing of the
Okay.
masters.
We'll kill them. That's
That's
for
one
damn
hell of an.
sure.
There will be a culling.
That's one hell of an attitude. I like that about you. And then I'll stick out my hand like a Spartan handshake.
And you see, like, there's a massive difference. He's large.
He
Actually,
could probably palm your
Brotar's
head.
He's bigger than me.
Brotar's a
isn't he?
little bit bigger.
Oh, I'm a little
No,
bigger.
he's
Okay.
actually, you're taller than him, but
Okay.
he's like a little bit shorter than you. But you see the robustness of his forearm grip, Savas's forearm as well. But he does so with a bit of. He doesn't do it aggressively. He does it almost with a sense of, maybe you guys are the masters now. So, old habits, you could say.
Sorry, my Discord died. I didn't hear anything you guys just said.
Right. He basically just gripped your forearm, which is still large, but he's a little smaller than Brotar.
Mm.
So, 3 are standing at the ready for all of you guys. Is there
Do
anything
you guys
else
think
you'd
it's the
like
best
to do?
idea is to just head back to the bar for right now?
No, I think we should take down the mine first.
Great. That'll give
Why don't
us
we go back?
3
Who are
days.
these guys though?
Well, there's that back entrance to the mine. That little area where there was the lookout tower.
I needed with something else too. I'm gonna pull out the sending charm,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast sending on Balthazar,
Okay.
saying that there might be issues. I've had a crazy few days, and you might have people coming after you. Watch out. Please keep everyone else safe.
Okay. Give me a second. So, you wait a few moments.
Yeah, he's probably asleep. It's like 2 in the morning.
And he kind of, you hear a response back. And he goes, "Alistair, that's concerning. What's the meaning of this? Please let me know. I'm awake now."
Oh, fuck. Is the next my second charge. Give me a second as I prepare my speech.
Yeah, so it's getting late at this point. It's late evening.
I thought the whole thing went down in the middle of the night.
Yeah, like it's already, sorry, late evening meaning like it's early, getting late, like super late, past midnight probably.
Oh, okay. So it's time to go back.
You guys you guys went and did that around evening time with the castle or the fort walls, and then you guys rode off for like a couple hours.
I think we were actually the first watch, and that's when this cart came by, if I remember.
Yeah,
I thought
so,
you were the last or second watch.
yeah, so it's probably like 2-ish, because I think some of you guys suffered exhaustion from it.
Oh shit! You know what? I think I do have a level of.
Yeah, it's okay. Just remember the saves.
I have a level of exhaustion as
Can
well.
I go to sleep now and recover that?
Yeah, if you guys get a full rest, which you'd have to sleep in. You could.
Yeah, let's probably find some place deep into the woods and try to sleep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You guys are just a little bit east-ish of the cart, probably maybe like 5 or so minute walk from the path. So you're not deep anywhere, but so you guys want to just take a rest?
Let me send this last message, which
Mhm.
I'll tell them. Last message I can do. Long story short, I'm dealing with slavers, and they may know our symbol. They seem to be very powerful.
Okay. You wait a moment, and eventually you hear a response back, and he goes, "Well, as you know, I do trust you, Alistair. I'll let the Shadow Security know. Thank you. Stay safe."
I'm trying. And I just pass out.
So the cart is still a little bit on the path. You guys are just over to the side of it. What do you guys want to do? You want to just post up
Let's
where
take
you
the
guys are?
let's take the cart. Fossils, you think you can use prestidigitation to erase the tracks?
It's an interesting
Is that how
idea.
it works?
It
Yeah.
might be easier for me to use mold earth though.
Okay, that works.
And so I will do that. I will
Okay.
use mold to basically shape the
We need to
ground.
get it off the main road before you do it, though.
Well,
Yeah.
as you guys are doing that, that's what I'll be.
I'll say, yeah, whoever's going to do that makes survival checks. So just
I mean,
let me know
I'll-
who's going to.
Be helping get it off.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm gonna help as well.
okay, so I'll say, yeah, I'll
have
say
a
both of you make strength checks at advantage. I mean,
Strength.
you guys
Okay,
are,
good, because that's
yeah,
survival.
yeah, because you guys are pushing.
Terrible.
Who wants to try to look for a place to push or to
Yes,
bring
I
this
will.
thing?
I think I have the best besides
That was better.
Grim, make a strength check as well.
Sardan.
Okay.
So I'll say Savos and Alistair make survival checks.
It was 20 for me.
So yeah, you guys kind of just lift the wheel off the mud,
Nice.
and kind of just start speaking and kind of dragging things along. I'll actually also get both of you to make animal handling checks, Grim and Brotar.
Ooh.
Oh.
It is no bueno.
15, nice.
I get
So-
trampled by others.
So Brotar, what happens is Brotar basically goes up and says, "Come on, let's go. Come on." And the horses don't react in any way to what he's doing. So he
You're
just
used
begins
a
to say
standard
like,
mule.
he just goes, "Fuck it," and he just begins pulling the cart, like forcing the horses to move. Basically,
I'm the fifth
Grim
horse.
sees this, and Grim sees this, and kind of, goes up and begins kind of petting the horses, coaxing them, speaking to them, calming him down, until eventually they do start becoming more relaxed as Brotar begins pulling them. You guys pull them off to the side of a road, and you see off in the distance, maybe 100 or so feet in, Savos and Alistair waving you both towards there. As you guys begin dragging the horses and the carts in that direction, behind you is Faustus, just covering the tracks, as eventually, with enough movement, Faustus makes it look like there was no tracks there to begin with. And you guys are deep in a not heavily wooded area, but there is cover from the main road. Anything else? It's getting late, about 2 or 3 in the morning at this point, probably.
I'm
no,
going to.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm just gonna tell my cat to patrol the area of 50 feet and report back if there's anything that I need to know about.
Okay.
Does any of you have Valar?
Sorry, what?
That spell alarm.
No, I do not.
I do not.
No can do.
Anyway. So before I go to bed, I said it would probably be smart if we dismantled the cage and maybe make the cart a little different if we want to roll that back into town. Just keep that in mind.
Tomorrow morning, I can use the other cloth that I bought to try to hide the cart differently.
That will have to
Right
wait till
now.
morning, though.
And with that, I go to bed.
Yep.
So everybody is going to bed except Salvus's cat, right? And the other.
I'll take the first
slavers.
shift. Just
I'm gonna
you.
take the first shift with Grim.
Okay. Actually, technically, it would be the last because I think you guys already made 2. So it'd be
Oh,
kind
okay.
of the last
Buster
shift.
nearly pukes.
I'm
Um,
going to keep a
Yeah.
a straight, solid distance of around 15 feet from Grim.
Yeah.
At all times.
Okay. I'll say Savos make a perception check at advantage. Grim make a perception check.
I did.
They did.
Oh, okay, 20.
So during my watch, I'm gonna look for a rock.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, so there are quite a few rocks around you.
okay,
I'm going to live in fear.
I grab one. I grab one and I throw it at Savos and I yell, "Magic missile!"
If you get us killed,
Make an
and
attack.
this tracker
roll.
lady, I am never gonna forgive you.
Just make a regular attack roll to see if you can hit. I won't call
I'm
for
gonna-
dex.
The
Should I
improvised
use my
weapon.
Should I use
It's a
my
D4
longbow?
plus strength.
Oh, please
Okay.
no.
Just roll a d20 to see if you hit.
All
Add
right.
your relevant modifiers, etc.
It's proficiency plus, I guess, strength.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah, it depends. If you're throwing it hard, yeah, you can use strength. If you feel like you're just gonna try to aim it precisely, you can use dex.
I'm gonna use Dex.
Okay. So
12
so
plus
12
your dex plus 2
plus
for
2.
proficiency.
So 14
Yeah.
plus.
What's your dex mod?
2.
Okay, so 16 total.
16 total. Okay. Yeah.
It's a
So
D4 plus your dex
you know
for
you're
damage.
sitting living in fear, Savos, as the night's events, the previous day's events, have been kind of not exactly what you're looking for. But still part of the adventure, you assume. As the rock just pelts you right in the side of the head. You turn around and you hear Grim say, "Magic missile."
Alright, I'm gonna stand straight up and I'm gonna say, "You want to see magic missile, bitch?" Then I'm gonna cast magic missile on him.
Oh,
Get 2 more.
Oh, you motherfucker!
You take
Oh,
12.
take 12
Now, in
damage.
fairness, you did half of that. He did 6 to you.
So
He probably has
Um,
half your HP.
Mark goes off on your health pools, but basically he turns to you
You're gonna
and
get him back here in a minute.
you throw it, the rock, you're laughing, and you just see Savos look at you, and just 3 beams just come, or 3 kind of missiles just come flying around in all directions and coalesce and hit you right in your chest as you get knocked back.
That didn't hurt at all. Oh.
Is there anything I need to do to find out whether or not Brotar got woken up by any of this? Because I'd like to just sleep through it if I can.
I'll say
What's your passive perception? I
yeah.
guess it would be
It's your
based
passive
off of.
perception?
Passive perception is
Oh yeah, 9.
11.
If I had to guess.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say Savos and Grim, both of you make I'll say for this, just make sleight of hand checks.
I hope you both beat it because I want to sleep.
Okay, Savos fails.
Sorry.
Shoot, mine's just a 10, so you probably won't be.
I have
So,
12.
Brotar, you hear it. It does jostle you for a second, but it's you're exhausted, so you just kind of pass right out.
Okay.
But it did startle you for a second, and then you're just like, yeah, whatever. Just go back to sleep.
You two dipshits
Damn it,
don't
it's
shut the fuck up.
concentration. You guys are lucky I can't make you play nice while sleeping.
But yeah, your watch comes to a close with no incident. You do see a few birds fly overhead in a formation, just kind of scoot by, which would be kind of the only interesting thing that you would have seen during the night. No one crosses the roads. No animals are seemingly within your vicinity other than the birds.
Jay, just one question: do I regain the damage that I took from?
I'll say that the slaves tell you that they're going to take Lore, and specifically decides he's going to take the last watch, if you will allow him. And
Yeah.
then you guys can get to rest. Okay. He looks over at you and Savos and says, "You may rest, masters."
Oh, don't call us that, please.
We're not your masters. We're not here to enslave you.
I'm indebted to you. You are my masters.
We are
No,
Savos
we are
and
your allies.
Grim.
Yeah.
And you can almost see, like, it kind of makes him uncomfortable to say it, but he's like, allies. Yes, we are allies.
Yeah.
Lore will take this watch. Allies.
That's good. Thank you, man.
And you guys eventually get your rest. And after a few hours or so, and as you guys are about to go to bed, I mean, the sun is not quite there, but it's starting to, the skies are changing color. It's starting to get slightly brighter. Savos, you are falling asleep. And as you do get eventually a deeper sleep, you feel something tapping on your side of your face. It's Pumpkin. He's kind of slapping you on your face a little bit to wake you up.
I am going to pet his chin and say, "What's up, boy?" What's up, boy? I can't do my accent.
You
I'm
just
gonna say
see
Up ho.
you see that behind
All you gotta
him,
say.
behind him, you see a oh, there's Jordan. Behind him, you see a another bleached yellow cat.
The fuck?
It's looking at you with red eyes.
Where are there bleached yellow cats?
I'm gonna reach my hand out to pet the cat, and then I'm gonna say, "And what's your name, little boy?" I mean, not little.
Little
That
one.
makes me sound like a pervert. Fuck. What's your name, little one? Yeah.
The figure, the cat starts slowly turning into a figure that is sitting kind of near your feet. It turns
Figure as
into a
in?
young woman. She has long, flowing blonde hair, a black mantle. Her eyes are covered with a pointed half mask, and there doesn't seem to be any visible eye holes.
I'm going to look up at her and I'm going to say, "What the fuck?"
And almost in a cheery way, she turns to you and says, "Young elf, you've been working hard, haven't you?"
I'm going to back away from her a little bit.
Where are we at this time?
You're camped out and still in the same area you guys roughly were, but you guys found a kind of covering to stay in. The woman turns to you and says, "Have you found a way for me to visit yet? I'm looking forward to meeting you finally."
I'm going to back away a little bit more and I'm going to say, "Who are you?"
She says, "I called out to you before, but you just ignored me."
I'm going to open my eyes wide and wait, she called out to me when we were leaving the cave, right?
Seems
After
to
we
be
left the
case.
cave? Alright. Then I'm going to say, "Are you the one that called out to me after we left that cave a few days ago?"
She says, "Yes, that was me. Have you forgotten our deal?
What deal?
You know, back in Norton, Leon, you said you would release me from the prison of Nendas or whatever."
I'm sorry, but I might have been drunk when I made that deal. I remember no such thing. But I'm willing to free you from something. I'm willing to free you from your prison if you want. Just tell me how to do it. and
You
I'll
know who
do
I
it
am,
normally.
though.
Well, I know who she is, but
Does she know?
does Savos know who she is?
Yeah, Savos would have somehow heard of her, or at least has spoken to her once in his life, especially during his time in school.
I'm gonna squint my eyes and I'm gonna say, Alethrin. I don't
And
know how to pronounce her name.
She kind of clicks a gun at you and winks and says, "Bingo." And she goes, "So, you find a way for me to get out yet? Kind of stuck here."
No, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about our deal.
Well,
But
I'd come visit you and you would release me from the prison of Nendas or whatever.
I am going to look at her and I'm going to say, I don't know how to do anything about that as of now, but I can promise you I will try. I will look for something.
Well,
But you're going to have to...
Something
you're gonna
weird
have to-
happened.
Hmm?
I don't know. Whenever you were near those mines, I just started to smell things. I don't know. Normally, there's nothing here but, death and rot and decay. But being near those mines, I don't know. Maybe I could smell your world a little bit. Some fresh trees.
Oh, fuck.
So, you just find a way to release me like you said you would. And I guess we'll be able to finally hang out. And, I can show you all the cool things that I know. And as she says that, you see kind of like sparks. They're not bright, fluorescent sparks by any means. They're almost like dark, necrotic looking spikes emanating from her hand. But they look almost like fireworks.
That's pretty cool.
She goes, "Anyway, you look exhausted, so I'll just let you rest, okay?"
Thank you.
And she goes, "See ya." and she just turns back into this bleached yellow cat and leaps off into a bush and disappears.
Do we see any of that or hear any of that?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You, I'll say, make a stealth check, Savos.
Oh God. Fuck yeah! A 7.
So for those of you who are interested, I mean, you know, some of you are really, really exhausted. I'd say, whoever isn't exhausted, you just see Savos talking to himself, like he's just kind of scooting back, and he's talking to himself.
I was going fucking sleep.
I'm
And
just
Alistair's
oozing
probably
right
just
through it.
passed out from everything that happened
Youngling,
last
what
night.
the fuck are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
I think I'm losing my mind.
Noted.
Let's.
Good night.
Savos, just... We'll deal with this in the morning. Go the fuck to sleep.
Back to sleep I go. And then I'm gonna
Okay.
pass back out.
So eventually, the morning comes to you. It is the 26th of Rem now. It is a Wanavin, so a Wednesday, and the sound of birds chirping kind of start waking you guys up slowly. It's a beautiful day, very sunny, very bright sun out. The slaves that you guys had taken on are bright awake already. They're just kind of sitting off in a corner. Some of them are chopping trees. Another one is gathering berries. And Lore kind of just looks on, staring off in the distance.
I'm gonna walk up to the orc guy, and I'm gonna ask, so do you know where the mine is?
He goes, well, I've never been there. Somebody mentioned, old master mentioned we would be taken that direction. He just kind of points down the road.
Well, so I say we take the cart and we head down that direction until we find the mine, I guess.
Okay. So, anyone else interject with that?
Sounds like a plan.
It's our best idea.
Sounds good.
I find it really scary that I'm the guy with the good ideas in this group. This just is disconcerting.
You had an idea faster.
This is also scary. And then I walk to the cart.
Am I still
To be fair-
exhausted after that, or did we get a long rest?
Yeah, I'll say you guys slept in a little longer than usual, since you guys had people watching your back. So everybody can restore remove their exhaustion levels as Lore and the others have kind of already taken the watch for you. However, it is nearing noon at this point. You guys all slept in.
Okay, so here's my new plan. Get to the mine. We kill everyone, barking orders, and we free the slaves. Boom.
We are them.
And that's what we said last night, right? Over there, do that, and then use some of their lackeys as the patsies for the Red Hand.
And then we got our
But I
asses
mean,
handed to us.
No, we have the elves. I mean, Grin totally cut their hands off, and he's gonna use the elves' hands as the patsies.
Hey,
At least
I got
some
an
of them.
Oh,
idea.
I think we at least need 3 more. We want 6 unique hands.
I got
That's
an idea.
fair.
What if Grim pretends to be a slave owner and we all get in the carriage thing and we go to the mine that way? So, we get there, we all jump out and kill everyone.
Why do
I
I
don't
have to
like-
be the slave owner?
Because you're the
Because
you're
you're
a
the
human.
only human.
That's racist.
But it's true. I'm sorry. Yes, but
It's a very
Slavery
unfortunate
is
reality.
racist.
I know we all think.
Well, if
slavery
you
sucks.
need a human, I can look like one too.
Well, maybe the two of you can do it, and then the rest of us are in the back, and then we like pop
To
out.
be honest, I'm kind of tired of the. Like, if this is how our deceptions are gonna go, to be honest, I kind of just want to go in guns blazing right now.
Hey, that works for me
Worked
too.
pretty well for us the last time.
Hey. Let's not be too hasty here. We don't know how many they have. They could have beefed up security after our little incident. Going in guns blazing is not our best idea.
Yeah,
so-
because what if we get there and then they have like a shit ton of security, and then we decide that we can't fucking fight them, but then y'all assholes are pretending to be slaves. What do we do then?
You're forgetting about the back door.
I mean,
Listen, I'm always up for
maybe
a
guns
straight.
blazing was a little bit of a thing, but you can sneak in, just not just normal sneak, not sneak in plain view.
I'm always up for a straight fight. I think we sneak in as best we can. If you guys don't want to do the costume charade, that's fine.
Our best
We can
idea.
try to go through that tunnel we know about.
Let's do it.
So you guys are gonna head towards the mines, and take the entrance that you guys saw.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that's our only ticket in as far as we know.
So I'll say you guys continue on towards the path. The slaves also follow you, and eventually you guys learn that. Yes, you're right, Alistair. One of them is in fact an ASMR.
Ha.
He introduces himself as. Give me a sec. As Zidan. Zidan is the ASMR, and the human's name is Marcus.
One of my cats' name.
So, the three of them follow you guys as you guys begin to head northwest, back towards where you guys fought the Ankegs.
By the way, did we take the weapons and the money on the guards that you and Sard killed?
Yeah, you guys looted them.
Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that the Asimar and the human have the
swords.
swords.
The short swords, yeah.
Awesome.
So you guys begin to head in that direction. Who's gonna take the front?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll go in the back.
So Grim at
We
the
have
front.
Just done.
Who's
A
behind
general
Grim?
formation of
Grim in the front, Brotar in the back, Squishy's in the middle.
Yep.
yeah.
So who would be Grim? Then who's directly behind Grim?
Oh well.
Okay, Alistair. Then who's behind Alistair?
Guess I'll be Faustus.
Sorry, who said that?
We're lining up right here on roll 20.
Oh, are you? Okay. Sorry, I'll just check it out right now. Okay. So you guys begin to make your way north. With. Gotcha. Okay. So it'll be Grim, Alistair, Faustus, Savos, Sardan, and Brotar. Okay. And you guys are going to take the horses, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you guys
Um,
begin to ride.
guess we're taking the
I'll
whole
say-
cart.
Yeah, I'll say Grim and Alistair make perception checks.
Oh,
All right.
As you guys are relatively familiar with this road already. I mean, you've gone up and down. 16. Okay.
16.
Grim, as you guys continue northwest towards, and you're nearing your destination, you catch wind of a few tracks, a few horse tracks, and you see the tracks veer off in one direction. And as it kind of gets off the road, like it was on the road, and as it gets off the road, you kind of go and look at what it's all about, scout ahead, and you see that the tracks go from one horse to many horses. Look like horse tracks.
What? Okay, boys, take a look at this.
What's
He
up?
goes from the tracks. He goes from one horse to like a shit ton of them.
Whatever it is, I want no parts in that.
I'd be familiar at all with anything like this, Jay, just by looking at the tracks, like maybe feeling out what type of animal it could have possibly been. As far as like,
Yep,
monsters, mystical beings.
I'll say make a. I'll just say make a survival check.
That's an 11.
From what you can see, they look all like horse tracks. They all have the familiar kind of hoof shape, heading east.
They appear to just be standard horse tracks, Grim.
I'll be back in a sec.
The one horse track, like when it starts as one, that like, from where it was, does it look like it came from where we started, like when we released our horses?
Yeah, it looks like it would have been following you guys along until this point. Like the same path.
So do we think these are our horses then?
Oh, the first one. This is, would I think I know what's going on, but would Alistair know that these guys probably had some way to conceal their tracks until they found us, and then they probably dropped it?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I'm back.
I'm back.
11.
Yeah, like as far as Alistair's concerned, he hasn't really been paying attention, and then eventually Grim mentions that these tracks veer off. So as far as you're concerned, they could have been following you the same path you guys were taking the whole way, though when you look back now, it's hard to tell because your horses have been walking the same path. So
Yeah.
you're not sure if it's yours or similar, though. They're still horse tracks.
That's what I'll say to the group. That these new horse tracks were probably the people chasing us. They probably had some way of concealing their tracks until they found us, and then they dropped it to chase after this horse.
Yeah. How powerful do you think they are?
It looks like their mooks are nothing, but that lady and that guy, who I guess we assume he's the sword, they're on another level.
Do you want to
She's
maybe
gonna be
try
able
to find?
follow-
We should have taken the lady out last time.
We were already weak from the fight before. I don't know if we could have taken her out. To be honest, I don't even know if we could have taken out the sword, given the situation we were in.
Unlikely.
I think we put a dent in him, but kind of took everything we had.
Not to mention, he seems to almost absorbed by holy magic.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Okay, let's just keep heading towards.
Yeah, let's head to where we need to go.
So you guys continue
Lord,
on.
forgive me.
You guys continue on the road, heading towards the spot that you've been to before. As you guys explored the area, eventually you do make it to the past the point where you fought the Ankegs, though you can't be certain, as a lot of the markings have mostly disappeared by this point. But you do continue on the path, and eventually you come closer and closer to this peak. And you hear Zidan, the Asimar, go, the Vesital Peaks. I never thought I would be happy to see such a place, considering we would have probably been slaves down there. And Marcus says, it is quite a sight, isn't it? They're both kind of just looking over at these kind of small mountain ranges. Not quite as large as Willowdale's, but still impressive. Eventually you guys make it to that familiar spot where you saw a small kind of stone that with dwarven markings on it.
Ah,
The
yes,
same place that we
fond
saw.
memories.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we keep going.
Back to that tree house.
While we're walking, I had actually
Let's
wanted
try
to.
to
Oh, sorry.
try to sneak up on it just in case they have it set up again.
Oh yeah, I found some cool arrows there. You know what's funny? They had a druid that we fought in the cave, the cave tunnel thing. And the lady last night, was she a druid as well?
It was.
I believe she was more of a ranger than anything.
Okay, that
Possible
makes
she
sense.
Possible she
I
was a
doubt
druid.
any druid could summon a spectral animal.
I believe, if I remember
And they're
correctly,
better at it than them.
they're called the Emerald Claw. At least
That
that's the only
sounds-
group I've ever heard of that could do that.
Sounds shockingly badass.
Supposedly most of them are good, so I've heard, so it confuses me. Not to say that, someone can't go rogue, but
Give me 1 second. That sounds somewhat familiar. I need to find stuff Jay has sent me.
Mhm.
Okay,
while we're-
now,
go ahead.
he pulls out that book you gave him back at the what's it called? Temple
The
where we
temple.
fought the
It's like
yeah,
a
there's
temple
one
of
in
Dolara.
there. Yeah, there's a mention of an emerald claw being on the law side, trying to remove a curse in here. It was about 300-ish years ago.
And what would a 300-year-old cult be doing way the fuck out here?
They're not a cult. They're more of a sect of nature buffs, I guess, would be the best term.
I do suppose they weren't pursuing us so much as they were, well,
This
not
might
who we
be
thought they
someone
were.
who used to be a part of them, but not anymore.
Possible. Either that or we just stumbled into their territory.
Possibly.
Everything about that statement just sounds so fun. And Savos is gonna look like really pissed off right now.
Well, we're in the thick of it now.
While we're walking, I would probably want to try to fall back and have a couple of words with Zydan whenever I had a moment.
Okay. So, what do you want to let him know?
So I ordered as well, right? Like half celestial.
Goes, well, I guess I am. I don't know.
I was kind of hoping you might know a little bit more about it. I'm still kind of learning about your world.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember much growing up, but you know, I remember one of my uncles had like wings or something, but I don't
will
know. I
ask
just live
Celestial
along the people.
the language.
Would I hear him say wings? Would I hear him say that his uncle has wings?
Give me a sec. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 11.
Okay. No, he's just been kind of like slightly whispering it to. He's not speaking obnoxiously because he's still a little bit weary of you guys and what you guys are all about, but he thinks he's on the right side. You guys are good people, but he does kind of mention to you, Faustus, and says, "Yeah, I don't know much. I mean, I've just lived in Oldwyn my whole life basically, and well, people like this guy over here are my friends." And you see kind of Marcus just a little ahead, out of ear's shot, but Zidane kind of points to him, and Marcus just kind of looks like a regular person, just looking around, wandering, taking the sights in.
I will ask him in Celestial, do you speak the language?
It's almost shocking to him, but he kind of says in common to you, he goes, "You know what, I haven't heard that for a long time. I don't get to hear that often, but did you just ask, what did you just ask me?"
If you know how to speak Celestial.
If I know how to eat beef?
No. I asked if you could speak the language.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding. Isn't what you said beef? Isn't that last word you said beef?
No?
Oh, well, I guess I forgot more than I thought.
I'm switching back and forth between common. I'm like, I'll just stick with common then.
Because yeah, it's been a while.
Right? Derail things enough.
Yeah. So you guys are approaching this. You guys see off in the distance that there is the lookout now. Up in the trees, your eyes pinpoint it because you know exactly where it is. Anything you guys want to do?
Just try to be stealthy going up to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
This is
I'll
good.
get everyone to make stealth checks, please.
I will
Oh,
bardic inspire Grim because I know you're
Thank
probably the
you.
worst. At it.
It's not that I'm bad at it. It's that I have the
well,
is it a 1d4?
It's a D6.
D6.
Do you really need it
Thank
though?
you.
Yeah, you don't need. You roll a 20 regardless. So.
Ooh, 16.
Okay.
Tiefling boys.
Wait, oh yeah, because you're at disadvantage. That's right, because of your
Yeah,
armor.
he's heavy armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow, thank goodness. Okay. So that's
Me and Faustus kind of botched it up.
yeah. So you guys attempt to, are you guys taking the horses? You're going on foot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We probably would have
Uh,
left the. Would
The-
we try
the
to
horse is
stealth
hidden,
with the
yeah.
horses?
We should probably hide them someplace.
Yeah. Like our Norn He probably wants to come along and bust some skulls, I would assume. The other two want to stay back with a horse and carriage and try to keep them safe. You don't have to be
I'm
up
okay with
in
that.
the thick of it.
As you guys ask, Lore, the other two say, "Excuse me, Mister." And they kind of look at you, Alistair.
My name is Alistair Tailweaver. Call me
Yes,
Alistair.
Mr. Tailweaver. You see, and they kind of just start whispering to each other, and Zidane's almost like, "Come on, just tell him." Marcus is like, "Shut up, man! I got this. I got this." And he goes, "You see, I don't really know how to use this thing." And Zidane's now holding the sword, kind of looking at it, and he goes, and Marcus says, "To be quite honest, sir, the last night was the first time I've ever wielded one of these.
Oh
Are
boy.
you gonna leave
Well,
us with the horses?"
It's easy. The pointy end goes into the other guy.
He goes, "I understand that, but you see, we're more just regular folk."
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to go.
I'm gonna slap him on the
We're
ass
trying
and
to
say,
get you away from the worst of it.
Oh, thank you. And would you
Yeah,
say, Savos, you slap him in the ass?
I'm gonna slap him on the ass and I'm gonna say, "You'll figure it out," and walk away.
He goes,
I'm
uh,
gonna turn to Lore and say, "Do you mind staying with them to protect them?"
he goes, "Once again, you pitiful idiots, just, ugh, fine." And he just kind of like huffs and puffs and sits on a rock.
And I turn to him and I say, if things go badly, take your new friends, take the horse, and get the hell out of here. Go someplace far away, but not Clyde. Clyde sucks.
He goes, "Will do, master." And he kind of just
No,
puffs, puffs.
no. What did I tell you?
Sorry. Ally.
There you go.
Kind of nods at
Any trees around by any chance, Jack?
you. Yes, plenty of trees around you.
Look
You guys
for
are kind
nice, sturdy sticks.
of okay.
With
Yeah,
branches.
you find a bunch of branches laying about as the kind of cold season has made a bunch of it fall. A few rotting pieces.
I'll grab the two sturdiest ones, the ones that look like they can actually like do something, and then toss them to the two guys that have the swords and say, "A good club is just as good as a sword and a lot easier to learn how to use."
And they kind of look at it, and you see Zidane picks it up with no issue, but Marcus is kind of he's delicately picking it up, like he doesn't want to get like a splinter or something.
Fucking pansies. Pansy. Sorry.
Yeah, so the winter, which is Frosthelm, would have been in the first 2 months of the year. It is now Tierfall, which is kind of a rainy season. So Frosthelm ended and Tierfall is upon you, which is why Rem has been so miserable. So you guys are approaching this treehouse area. You do try to do so stealthily. However, Alistair and Faustus almost, are kind of stepping on branches and complaining about all the shrubbery that is around you, making whipping noises all over the place. However, you guys manage to keep them in line and eventually approach the same tree where the treehouse was and the kind of familiar opening.
Okay, I'm gonna get up there
Okay.
slowly and
All right.
carefully.
Say we probably want to listen out to see if there's anyone around here.
Nah,
So we-
listen is for pussies.
Could you send out your cat?
I'm going to send out my cat.
To the treehouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
so-
pick him up and toss him up there.
Yeah. So Pumpkin, you toss him, and without hesitation, he just kind of claws his way all the way up, skittering up above. Grim, are you still gonna go up after seeing?
No, I'm
Savos
gonna
do that?
wait for the cat. I'm gonna wait for the cat. Let the cat die.
Savos goes. Pumpkin goes up there, and nothing. The place is empty.
I'm gonna say it's clear.
Okay, then I get up there.
Eventually, you make your way up to the top of this tree, and yeah, there is nothing there. Even the caches that you guys had kind of tapped into aren't there anymore.
Oh shit.
Do we see the pile of dirt Faustus put on the hole, or is that cleared?
The pile of dirt is cleared. However, there is a kind of smattering of sticks, roughly where it is. Sticks and leaves.
Grim was gonna go skitter up. I'm gonna slowly open it and peek in, see
Okay.
if anyone's around.
You move the trees, or sorry, you move the branches and the leaves, and there is a steel door, an iron door, sorry, just on top of it now.
Oh, so there's like an extra door on top of the normal hatch.
Yeah, where before it was just kind of like a half-assed hole, now it's like a door.
Ah, fucking bullshit. Faustus, do you think you can make a hole around this?
I think he went.
Oh
to
yeah,
get
he's
water.
not here right now. He's
Yeah.
gotta get water. Fuck. I was thinking if you could like
I'm
make
back.
a little like dig hole.
Yeah, so it's basically where the hole was before. It is now like you remove the branches and the leaves, and it's now like a round circular door. It's made of
Yeah,
iron.
I was
and
thinking-
beams.
I was thinking maybe Faustus could like dig a hole like next to where the ladder would have been. We could have just gone in through there, just bypass the door.
He probably could. It'll take him some time, but
I'm back.
I mean, you can make a 5-foot square as an action.
so Alistair's asking Faustus if he can dig around this iron circular door. It looks almost like a manhole or something. Manhole
Sure.
cover.
Yeah, I can do that. Sorry, I was away from the computer.
Yeah.
I know. I you said it and I forgot. Then I just asked you out of the blue, and then I remembered.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you begin to kind of use your spell to do that. And as you do, you eventually keep continuing. You realize that the walls are now made of solid rock.
Fucking pricks.
Let me look at something.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I guess first I would check to see if this manhole cover is trapped in any way.
Okay, make an investigation check. Investigation. You don't see any sort of mechanism on this thing. It just looks like a manhole cover. It's got a latch on it.
Can I try to lift it?
Make a strength check.
Is it just like super heavy? It's not even locked.
Yeah, so you go and you pull on this thing, and you get give on this cover, like the actual kind of, you grab onto the latch and you just begin lifting it, and it begins kind of lifting up. As you do, you hear eventually a click, but it stops like it's almost like you lift it maybe like a few inches off the ground, and you can't lift it anymore. It's stuck on something. However, it does make a clicking sound. Alistair and Brotar, you guys are around this thing. What do you guys want to do as you hear this click?
I think I want to dive out of the way.
Okay.
And jump back as far as I can.
Okay, I'll get both of you to make dex saves. Brotar with advantage.
At 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Could I make it as well?
Nice. No, you're not. You're up in the. You're not close to the cover because they're
okay.
just kind of.
Otherwise,
Actually, I'll say
you're searching up
Faustus
there.
as well because you were kind of just around the area.
You rig this thing with a fireball.
13. Okay.
Maybe let me know ahead of time if that fails, because I have that ability.
You would know what? Sorry.
You know if a 13 would fail, because I have that favored by the gods ability that I can use.
Yeah. Like I mean, you can definitely use that ability to this in this case.
I think he's saying it only works if it fails.
No, I'm saying I would like.
What do you know if
Uh,
like yeah if
yeah.
yeah 14 something. Okay. So you guys all jump back as this clicking sound just goes click 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 click, pshing, and out from the cover itself that Brotar was holding, holes appear on the side and just spikes just fly out. They're not disconnected from this device, but it seems like there was some sort of spike mechanism inside that just kind of shoots out, and would have probably stabbed Brotar pretty badly if it's about 3 feet spikes, 3-foot spikes.
Can I use the
And
spikes
if
to
it-
now lift the lid?
But as you drop the lid, the spikes just kind of go back in, and the lid falls. It's on, like, as you lift it, as the mechanism clicks, it shoots those spikes out. So when you dropped it, it kind of just went back in.
I don't suppose your mage hand's strong enough to lift that thing.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no, we can only lift up about 10 pounds.
I can lift
I
it
could
just
try
to
something.
stab me and see what happens.
What are the spikes made of?
They look like the same material. They're like iron.
Hmm.
What are you gonna say, Brotar? You just lift it?
I said I'll
We
just
see
lift it and
just
let
a-
it stab me. I can take it. Maybe.
Mm.
Or it might kill me. I don't
It's
know.
probably still locked. Yeah, it's possibly poisoned as well.
Fuck.
Yeah, and we're going to a
Don't wanna-
fight right now.
Yeah, we want to try to get there as good as possible.
You have anything we could use as like a mechanical lever or something?
I was gonna say, can we even see like a keyhole or anything around it?
Yo, Sargon,
not
can
on
you try and open
surface.
this?
On the surface, you don't see. However, you didn't peer inside when Brotar lifted it to see what the mechanism was. So it's up to you what you guys want to try.
I mean,
Hold on, I'm just
me
gonna
and
use the washer.
Stavos could probably try to weaken it by freezing it and then setting it on fire.
I
And
guess
Brotar
we
can
could
try to smash
that.
it as, and Brotar can try to smash it as quietly as possible, just in case.
That should be our last resort.
Yeah, let's try firebolt and see if that works.
I don't know if firebolt's exactly quiet either.
Shit,
Give me a sec. I'm just gonna use the washer.
guys, maybe what do you think? Do you think the holes that those creatures pull us through are still open?
For sure.
I
Probably.
mean, we did pass that, so we would know, but Jay just left to go to the bathroom or something.
Because I mean, if they are, we can just go through there.
Could.
That would mean
But-
falling through the holes again.
We'll catch you.
You have those ropes?
I have ropes. I have.
You Mission Impossible our way in there.
Yeah. Don't one of us have magic rope?
Yeah,
I do.
Brotar, you have that.
I have that. I forget what it's called.
Rope of climbing?
Something like that. Basically, you can make a 50-foot knotted rope, and then we can climb down. It's just,
Rope. Yeah, it is.
remember the
rope.
last time we were there, they were mining right away. Like, so if they're there mining right then and there, we could be in the thick of it right from the get-go.
Yeah, sorry, I was listening to that. Yeah, so when you guys passed that area with the ankegs, you didn't see any more mounds from the looks of it, but you could always go back and check more thoroughly if you wanted.
Yeah, Mom? Coming to collect trash. Stuff in.
What do you guys think?
Alright. Thank you.
Might have
Mom.
better
And
here than we would have. Go ahead.
Hey, I mean, I know this game just ends, but
we
have
vaguely know where, like, we could possibly find where their main
Yeah.
entrance is.
Got that.
Yeah, so it's up to you guys how you guys want to approach it. You guys can go back to the where the ankegs were and see more thoroughly if there is a hole left there, but you just would have to definitely scale that whole cavern from the roof down to the ground, which is about 40 or 50, 30 or 40 feet. You can attempt to try to get through this latch door.
Okay. I have a really, really stupid idea. Everybody hide. Right now.
Okay.
Grim,
I'll
what's
back
your
up.
idea?
It's so stupid. You're gonna love it. I get my lightning arrow, and I'm gonna fire at the treehouse.
I'm gonna rub my temples and pretend like I don't know him.
No, look.
You're gonna try to cause
We
a
make-
forest fire.
What? This is not Australia. Fuck you. Okay, so here's the thing.
What's
We
Australia?
make
It's in
a-
Australia.
It's this whole thing. Never mind. Look, we make a lot of noise, and then maybe someone will open this shit.
And trying to
From
lure
the
them
inside.
out. Just
Yeah.
if that was the thing, I don't think there's probably anyone below this. Because why wouldn't they just use this? It looks like they haven't been back since we've been here. Just
Jay,
installed
is-
this new door.
Is there any keyholes in the latch?
I,
The
I already
man-
asked
manhole?
that.
No
Oh,
keyhole.
okay. Okay.
Well, if
I
they've already
mean-
done all this, hell, this whole tunnel might be closed in too. Because they didn't want us knowing where their hideout was. It might have completely closed this off.
Well, fuck.
We do know where that tunnel leads, vaguely. We can try going that way, looking for a spot. That was a couple miles out, if I remember correctly.
Sure. Let's do that. And then I start walking in that direction.
So you guys begin to head out of this this area and begin
Yes.
your walk towards the. Sorry, I made a mistake earlier. You guys are walking. You guys didn't pass that little thing that you guys shot a fire arrow at, and it revealed all these glyphs. You guys just made your way to the treehouse. Yeah, the spot that's a few miles away or a little ways away would be where that dwarven little stump is. It's like a little stone stump.
Okay.
Is that
So
where
we
you
are
guys
gonna try to follow that tunnel that they try to lead us down, and try to track that from our memories to try to get to the main area.
Yeah, so if you guys tracked it, you guys would end up in that spot where Savos heard a whisper call out to him, where he heard Alathri call out to him, which is where that dwarven stump is.
Okay.
Okay, now
So-
what?
Are we actually heading there, or
Yeah.
Okay. You
guess
guys make
try
your way.
to keep a lookout for anything that looks like another like hideaway or something? I don't know.
You guys begin to approach that area, making your way there, and after a little while on foot, you guys eventually make it to this dwarven stump that was sitting on the ground, still with singed marks from the previous time. However, the runes that are inscribed on it are gone, but it is still there, and in front of that, maybe a dozen or so feet, is the wall to this Vegetal Mountains. The Vegetal Peaks. So, I'll show you guys. It's almost like this is shape. So it's almost like this is the wall to the Vegetal Peaks where the mountains start, and over here is like a little round, almost like a round little object of some sort, which is that little dwarven thing that you guys shot.
I assume this is almost like a sheer cliff almost in front of us.
Yeah, it's almost like it's leaning into a tower. It's almost becoming like a mountain at that point, mountain face. Dwarven stump.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start taking ray of frost pot shots at the mountain face, trying to see if there's like an illusion wall or something.
Okay. You go ahead and you start shooting at this thing, and it just hits rock. Straight rock.
I'm going to hit the stump one more time with Firebolt.
Okay. You go and you shoot Firebolt at it, and it starts glowing once again with runic inscriptions on it.
Okay. I'm gonna pan through it for a clue that might lead us to the mines.
Okay. You begin to kind of read the inscription, and this time the wordage is slightly different. It says in Dwarven still that you must speak the word, written ad infinitum, kind of rolling around the whole thing.
Can I try and read it?
Yep, it says it in Dwarven. It says you must speak the word, you must speak the word, you must speak the word, and it just keeps circling around it nonstop.
Does anybody understand this English?
I believe Savo speaks Dwarven, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I
I
was
do speak
saying.
Dwarvish.
Wasn't
Oh,
your
yeah.
wife part dwarf or something?
Very, very, very far back in her lineage. I do not know anything about their culture. Just enough
Fair
that
enough.
that was her name. Unfortunately, no, I can't ask her. Anyway, enough about me and my problems. Savos, you can read this?
I can read this, and it is a mess.
What does it say?
It says, you must say the word, you must say the word, you must say the word over and over again.
Okay, just as a stupid idea, just say the word and
I'm going
I was
to rub my eyes a little bit, sigh, and then I'm gonna go, all right. And then in Dwarvish, I'm going to say the word.
Okay. As you do, the space where Alistair was shooting slowly begins to fade and shimmer until eventually the glamour starts fading out, and there's a small slit. It's probably 3 or
who
4 feet
is
wide.
the man? Who is the man?
Grim because they had the same idea.
Hey.
Somebody
I mean,
told
in fairness, dwarves are not known for their complex
Okay,
riddles.
No,
I just want
in
you.
this world, they're curious. They're very curious, but they're not. They're good engineers. They're good builders, but they don't know.
They're bad at
They're
puzzles.
not creative.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to point that out that the fighter is the smartest guy in this goddamn group. And then I slap Savo's ass and then I just walk away.
Yeah, so in front of this,
it's-
you do see a small. It's a crack. It's not like a big entrance of any sort, but it's a crack.
I am going to investigate said crack.
Okay. It's
Look at
probably
that
about
crack.
3 or 4 feet wide. So you might be able to get in if you go sideways. However, it's tight fit for those with armor.
Ha! I don't wear armor. I'm gonna try and squeeze through it.
Okay. You do. You manage to squeeze through it. No problem. And you appear on the other side. And you are in a kind of wet, dark cavern. You hear the sound of water rushing.
I'm going
Can,
to.
some, can
Yeah.
someone go with him, please? Before he
I will.
ends up killing himself.
I'll worm my way into this crack.
Okay. You also make your way in with your thin form. Your horn gets caught a little bit in a few of the cracks and crevices, and a little bit of rock. It's uneven. However, you do make it through without incident.
Can I take my armor off and then drag it with me?
Yep. So I'll say.
It
Yeah,
does
I
take
believe you're
time
the-
to don and doff stuff. It's a
Yeah.
minute and then 10 to put it back on.
Huh.
I'd like to squeeze through as well.
Okay. So, yeah, most of you managed to get in with no issue. However, Brotar, Grim, and Sarden are kind of having a little bit of a tough time getting
Brotar,
through
push
this
the mountains
thin
apart.
path. So,
And he's doing meds. Fuck.
so you guys are waiting a little bit for them. Faustus, Alistair, and Savos, you guys make perception checks, all of you.
Alright.
Perception.
Yeah.
10 and a natural 1.
Well,
Okay. You guys, make your way into this really dark, wet cavern. You hear the sound of rushing water. Just a piling of water. And as you guys kind of creep through, eventually you do hear, in particular, Alistair. You hear the sound of falling rocks and kind of skittering in the background. You also swear that you hear it almost like
Nope.
That's not good.
Outside, you see, or you guys don't see, but Grim, Brotar are scratching their heads, and Sardan trying to figure out how to get through this crack. And they're still taking their time, but they're not able to make their way in so
There's a
far.
ground like in that little crack area that we went through.
You guys step on solid ground. It's still stone. It's muddy, dirty stone. However, it's not man-made by any means. It's almost it's a cavern. There's stalagmites and tights all over the place. However, maybe about 15 feet in front of you guys, you do see kind of a river gushing through.
I am going to walk up to the river, pull out my cat, and toss him to the other side.
Okay. Make a strength check. As the river is quite far, it's about 15 feet wide. Okay. You toss him, and he begins to kind of... he lands just sploosh, maybe like 5 feet from the edge of the other side.
Can I pull him back from that distance?
You can
bamf him away.
bamf him away, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna pull him out again and hand him to Brodar, if he's there.
No, he's not there yet. No one's there yet.
Ah.
Anyone got any butter?
Why do you want butter?
So we can butter the crack so these guys can slip through.
I was actually going to try to use molding earth, but since it's stone, I can't help there. I was gonna, try to widen the ground a bit so that they can shimmy on their sides.
Okay.
Grim, not being the super smart guy, is gonna fire a lightning arrow at the crack.
You are gonna fire a lightning arrow. Okay.
Well,
So you go and fire a lightning arrow. It lets off this loud boom. Everybody inside, I need you guys to make con saves, as the sound of the booming thunder is concentrated in a little tiny crevice, and it's almost like an amplifier just blowing through.
I'm used to drums blowing out my eardrums.
Con save, Salos.
Con save.
Yeah.
I think it's the same anyway. I don't think he has.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He did worse.
I rolled less.
Faustus and Savos, you guys take... Actually, yeah. Faustus and Savos, you guys take 3 points of damage as the thunderous roar just kind of shakes you to your core. It begins echoing along the cavern very loudly. It's starting to echo throughout.
I'm gonna punch Grim in the stomach.
Yep. He's not there yet.
You're inside.
Oh, right, yeah. The second
However,
he gets back here, I'm gonna punch him in the stomach.
You do dislodge a little bit of rock from that, enough to kind of slowly fit you guys in. It's still a tight squeeze, but you guys...
Can we pass it through now?
Slowly. It cut off maybe like a few minutes of your time. However, in that moment, you hear the noises. And you hear 1, 2, 3, as the sound of skittering begins to amplify. A bunch of little sounds begins to amplify. Grim, you're seeing through this crack, and you're like, oh no, it's trouble, and you're just forcefully trying to go through, still unable to make it completely through. So the 3 of you, just find your tokens. So Faustus, Savos, and Alistair. You guys are through. If you want to position yourselves. As you see appear from the left and right of you. Hold on, let me just get some music. So you guys turn to your left, to your right, and you see almost creatures on the walls, in the ceiling, coming from all directions. They just begin piling slowly, one by one, as they start creeping and descending upon you. Some crossing the river, some crossing from the sides, above, everywhere. One drops right in front of you, Savos, and you see a
Fucking
disgusting, almost muscular lizard-like creature standing on 2 feet. It's got sharp spikes on its elbows, and they all begin making noises at you. I need you and Alistair to make Constitution saving throws.
Are you fucking serious?
12.
12, so you save.
We both rolled 12.
Okay. So you watch as the smell of this creature just hits you in your nose. It stinks. It stinks horribly. And it almost stings for you to breathe in front of it. However, realizing the situation upon you, you guys hold fast. I'm going to need the 3 of you guys to roll initiative.
God,
Before that, can I take puking on it as a
Yep.
free action?
Just a squishy one.
Yeah, you actually upchuck a little bit just from the smell.
19.
It is foul. It is a foul, wet, nasty smell.
Thanks
Okay.
a lot, Grim. You killed us all.
And now I'm going to scream through the crack. Fuck you, Grim! Fuck you!
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So it's going to be Alistair's
How we
turn
lost the
first.
squishies.
Alright.
Um,
Let me see.
What do you want to do?
It's an action. Fuck. I will. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'll come up here and I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself and say, "Come and get me, fuckers."
Yeah, so you guys watch as spikes, a flash of blue light appears, and Alistair is donning his spiky cold armor on himself.
And would that also trigger my Winds of Stygia, as I call it? The extra.
Hold on, give me a sec.
It technically does cold damage when they hit me, but does that count? When you roll cold damage, or whenever you cast a spell that
Right,
deals cold
yeah.
damage, it causes freezing winds.
Okay. I'll say in this case, yes, you would have casted Armor of Agathis.
It lasts for till the start of my next turn.
Yeah. So, yeah, so you emit. This is Snilox, right?
This is That's what I'm using. I'm using the
Oh, the Winds of
bigger
Stygia.
bottle.
Gotcha. Okay.
the. I just renamed it. It's technically like the.
Yeah,
flame of
I'll
flame
rule in
anyway.
this case. Like, I know the language is a bit vague, but basically it. That.
Well, I'm
deals-
just
it
wondering,
Can deal cold
technically-
damage, so.
Yeah. I mean, if
snow
they hit
starts
me, it deals
to whip
cold.
around you. Yeah, so snow
Okay.
begins to whip around you, as a flash of light just emits, and yeah. So if they hit you, they'll have to make a. They'll take a
There's
1d4
no
cold.
save. They just take.
Yeah.
They're gonna take 1d4 plus 10 cold.
Okay.
The 10 because of Armor of
Yeah.
Agathis, the D4
plus
from
that.
this.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I will inspire Savos. So you get your D6.
What are you gonna say to him?
Get to the bat. Hey, just survive, damn it. I don't know.
No promises,
Damn it.
but I'll try.
So the creature kind of watches you as you do this and kind of reels back as this bright light appears. Faustus, it's your go.
Alright. I'll start this off strong. The one that is attacking, or rather is in front of Savos, I'm going to pop his ass with a guiding bolt.
Okay. 13 will hit it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Let's go.
15.
Okay. So you watch as this thing just kind of reels back in pain. And as it kind of recovers, you eventually shoot a guiding bolt right at it. It begins to emit a multicolored mark on its body. It kind of begins coughing like but then recovers its form as it stands. It's looking hurt. Like pretty hurt. It's going to be their turn.
Okay.
So it's going to move here in front of you. Faustus, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
So again, the same stinging sensation hits your nose. It's so pungent, this creature, and it hurts to even be around it. Seeing as you attacked it, it's going to make 2 attacks on you. It's going to take a bite at you and attempt to claw you as well. That's a 15 and a critical. So the bite is going to hit you for... So you take 4 damage from its bite as it just bites you right in your shoulder. You writhe back in pain as a result. And then as it sees you do that, it's going to release its bite. And it's going to roll... it rolled max. 10 slashing damage on you as it just claws you across the chest. It begins to speak to its friend, going... And the rest of them begin to descend ever closer.
Given that I am pretty low on health, I'm going to use a reaction.
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. So, you watch as it claws you, and you just start speaking in Infernal to it. It almost doesn't process it for a second. Yeah.
Is this from your... This is your racial one, right?
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, it is racial, so yeah, it's level 1.
And just ignore the 9 for a higher level.
Okay. Yeah, so it begins to kind of ride back in pain as eventually dark necrotic energy starts swirling, covered with a multicolored, almost shimmering energy around it. It just begins to collapse in on itself and falls from your Hellish Rebuke. However, this creature is going to 5, 10, 15 feet this way. Which is going to
Take me, damn it!
20.
Oh shit!
10, 15.
How are we in the little passage?
You guys are almost there. However, because it's happening in like 6-second increments, you guys might be able to make it in the next 1 or 2 rounds. So, one of them, this one over here, is going to attempt to attack you again. That's a 17 to hit. Plus
Yep.
2,
I will reaction cutting words that.
Okay.
And a 6 to that attack.
The other one...
An 11 to hit, I think.
So 11 to hit on the first, and 14 to hit on the second.
The second one hits.
The second one hits.
Damn it.
Okay. You take 3 damage from the second one. As the first one, you kind of just duck out of the way and bat away his attempts to attack you, moving out just in time. However, the second one does go ahead and bite you. Sorry, I have to roll again because they're multi-attack. Natural 1 on the first guy, so he does completely miss you. Second one is a 16 to hit on the second multi-attack. You suffer a further 4 damage, so 7 total.
I'm down.
As this creature just kind of starts unleashing on you. As you go down, the rest of them start going and celebrating almost. One is even attempting to even just start eating you.
Oh shit!
Still have the ability you gave me?
Yep. It's up to you, but you can hold off on that if you want.
Yeah, I'll wait until the next round.
There's going to be 2 attacks on you, Savos, from the one to your right or your left. That's a 15
That hits.
and a 17.
Oh
They-
shit!
They both hit.
Use my
3.
reaction.
3 on the first, 7 on the second. As you just get slashed. The other one is going to attempt to attack you, Alistair, with a 19
No hit.
and a 21.
will hit.
Jesus!
6 on the first hit and 3 on the second hit.
Ha! Suck my dick. I still have 1 temporary hit point,
Nice.
and that fucker takes 26 ice damage.
Who, this
Cold
guy?
damage.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have armor Agathist and my thing up.
Right. Yes.
Every
of course.
melee hit.
Yeah, we'll fuck them up. So give me a second here.
I still have 1 hit point left. of that armor Agathist.
Oh, just one temporary, right? But you're still full. On your... Okay, good.
So how much total damage is it?
26 gold.
So as he just starts looking at his friends, almost excited by the fact that you're they're starting to take you guys down slowly, excited for our next meal. This one just gets excited and starts clawing at you as pieces of ice start shattering all around you. It does begin to slow its attacks as it's starting to get cold from your attacks. Eventually, it just takes its last attack and freezes solid in place.
Oh yeah.
The guy's down. That's gonna end their turn. Savos, you're up.
Cool. I am going to Burning Hand. Not Burning Hands. What's it called? Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Okay.
2, 3.
Jesus.
One on
All
each
Okay.
three of them.
2 of them will hit.
Okay.
Probably
So,
should have
one.
dictated who you're gonna hit first.
Yep.
I'm
so
going
which
to
one?
hit the one by me and the one by Faustus.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So they both
So,
take
8 and
8,
5.
5. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So you immediately see your friend down, and you just the eyes start glowing red, and you just emit blasts of energy, fire energy all around you, and it just begins to scorch these guys. They eventually just reel back from the brightness of your attack as they kind of start singeing. You could see that they're wet, they're almost slimy, but they have almost like chitinous crab-like armor. However, they are suffering burn damage from your attack. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna say, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Alistair, you're up.
All right. I'll turn around. I will bonus action healing word at 2nd level. Faustus.
Okay.
Oh shit, thank you.
Oh damn, 12 max.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm rolling really good. And then That's my bonus action, and then as an action, I will Ray of Frost that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. 10. Fuck.
10. Okay.
I assume that
Yeah,
doesn't
so-
hit.
No, it doesn't hit. So eventually you just raise your friend up from near death as a surge of energy pulses through you, Faustus. And in that moment, in an attempt to save your friend, you shoot rays of cold towards this creature. However, it is hungry and it is still gnawing at Faustus at this point, excited for its meal. Doesn't pay attention to you.
I'll take
Anything else?
one step closer, and then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Faustus?
Okay, so the bastard that's gnawing on my ass, I'm gonna hit him with a fucking magic missile.
Okay.
All three
Go
of
ahead
them.
and roll attack. Yep. Okay. So far.
I still have the winds.
So what is that? 11. So
Yes.
you just immediately, he's gnawing at your right hand. You just kind of palm and put your hand right in front of his face, and you just boosh, 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 3 missiles just smack him in his face. He actually gets knocked a little bit back as the missiles just hit him in the face. He kind of shakes it off a bit, and you see the kind of spikes on his neck begin to kind of quiver and shake as he lets out a and that echoes just across the cavern.
We're gonna have to work for this one. Ain't no easy meal.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, bonus action. How's everybody else doing on health?
I'm at 9 out of
I'm still
22.
full.
9 out of 22. Let me fix that. Take some 9.
Nice.
18, nice.
So far
I'm
for like
good.
the past, what? 5 D4 rolls for Healing Word, I've gotten a 4 every time.
Yeah.
Is this the 3 that I did last night for the guys? They were all 8s, and now these 2 D4 for Faustus. Nuts.
Whew.
So, anything else, Faustus?
Oh, no. Like I said, that wasn't my turn.
You guys hear from the distance more of these noises, rocks falling. Even in this river area where the sound of gushing water is loud, you hear skittering. More and more skittering start appearing.
What's becoming there?
As one appears here once again beside you, near you, Faustus, and another one drops from the ceiling right in front of you, Alistair. These two are going to attempt to attack you. Alistair, this one and this one. So,
Alright.
17 and a 20,
Alright.
dirty 20 on the first guy. 19 and an 8 on the second guy. So, it's 3 hits.
So the first 3 hit, and whoever hit me first is taking.
Yep, it would be the guy in front of you.
Is taking 11 cold damage. Actually, all the other ones who hit me, so he hit me twice because
Yeah.
it still goes on.
Yeah, so
he's
this one
actually
will,
taking
yeah,
13
this one.
cold, and then whoever hit me first, like he's hitting me twice, taking 13 cold, and then the other one is taking 3.
So this one in front of you just begins laying onto you. You suffer 9 points of damage as it just claws continuously at you, claws and bites at you. Its mouth kind of reeling back in pain from being too cold. The second one, however, you manage to just bat his hand out of the way, but he does manage to bite you in the process, and you suffer 4 damage from this one over here. However, the shards begin to kind of just emanate, and you can see it's almost forming on their hands. They're kind of webbed, long, disgusting fingers, as they both reel back in pain. Faustus, one of them is the one beside you is going to take another couple attacks. That's a 19 and a 9.
The 19 hits.
You suffer 5 points of slashing damage as it just claws at you. It tries to bite you. You just stick your hand out and take the pain, but it's not biting hard enough. However, it does manage to claw you in your chest. Savos, you will also critical on the first one, and a 6 on the second one.
6 doesn't hit. Critical is gonna kill me.
So it's okay. It rolled a 1 on its critical, so that's 2.
Oh.
So you suffer 4 damage, as piercing damage, as it just bites onto you on your shoulder, and it starts kind of trying to ragdoll you left and right.
I'm gonna brush him off.
Okay. That's going to end their turns. It'll be you, Savos.
Okay. I am going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
Excellent.
Cast Shatter. Right here. So it'll hit this guy and these two right next to Faustus and
Faustus.
Alastair.
Okay.
But it won't hit them.
13 con save. +2. Let's do the con. First one is a 9, 11, fail. 9, fail. 4 + 2, fail. So all 3 fail. So the 3 of them suffer. So the one beside Faustus. Okay. So you watch as Savos just speaks a word, and a massive blast of harsh sound similar to Grimm's lightning arrow starts echoing through the cavern. At the bottom of, or in the middle of this room, it does catch you guys off guard. It shocks you into place, but the other 3 were not expecting it. The one beside you, Faustus, just kind of looks like it's getting dizzy as it starts bleeding from every orifice of its face, and it just falls to the ground in a heap.
Thanks for the save, Savos.
Anytime.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm going to scream to Grim and I'm going to say, Grim, hurry the fuck up. We don't have all day. And then that's going to end my turn.
Okay.
I'm trying. I'm just. Oh, can I take my armor?
Yeah, no, I'll say it's at the top of the round. So you just hear this, and the desperation pulls in you, and only you so far have managed to pop out of this wall, as Sardan and Brotar are still kind of hovering outside.
Okay, I wanna move here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use
Alistair's on that space, so
I think you can share as long as you don't end your turn on an ally square.
yeah. Okay, so you should move.
Can I move here then?
Yeah, you could just shimmy through both of them, or you could stay where Alistair is.
So I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna use the superiority dice, and I'm gonna do sweeping attack.
Okay.
Let's
Make your roll.
do this. Second.
Armor.
So I have I'm doing one-handed, and I have my shield up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your.
I did, but
Yep, no problem.
There it goes.
Oh, okay, dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So they both take 14.
So hearing your word,
Don't you get to roll your superiority die to the damage as well?
Oh yeah.
yeah, you have to add that. So you pop out, hearing your word, Savos. Grim just forces himself through it. The rock almost cuts him in certain places, but he doesn't care. He has to go save you guys as much as he can, and he just pops through, runs across past you, Alistair, and he just pulls out his sword and just slashes across both individuals.
How are they looking?
So
Are they still up,
14,
or?
16. Yeah, so as you do slash, this one over here, you manage to just look at Alistair as you do it, and you slash, and that one immediately just crumbles and falls into pieces. You cut it in half completely.
Okay, I'm gonna move here because I still have some movement. I'm
Yep,
gonna use my action surge. Yeah, he's gonna attack me, but it's fine.
This one's looking rough. He rolled a natural 1, so he fails.
Yeah, he fails. I'm gonna use the action surge and attack this motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Let's do this. So 15.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna use a superiority dice to trip him,
Okay,
to knock him prone.
okay. He has to save on that, right?
Yeah.
Actually, wait. So it's you attacked him and roll your superiority dice first.
It's
damage.
it's a 3.
So that's your 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that one has a 2 damage. So
It's got to make a strength saving throw.
strength. Okay. It rolled natural 1, so it fails.
That's
So he
prone.
is knocked prone.
So he took 15 damage.
15 damage. So he's starting to look hurt as you just appeared out of nowhere. And actually, no, he has taken damage from Savos's
Terrible. I think he was the one
Scorching
that's-
Ray.
Scorching Ray.
5. Yep, he's still good. So he's looking rough. He's looking really, really bad. As he just eventually falls to the ground. There's no prone icon, is there? Whatever. I'll just mark him as this. So he just falls to the ground and he's now prone.
Okay, that ends my turn.
Okay. I need you to
Alright.
make a Constitution save.
Okay. Con save. Okay.
Con save 9.
Jeez, that's a 9. Jesus fuck.
So, you rush in and you're just adrenaline is getting to you, and you're excited and you're doing all these amazing moves, helping your friends out, cutting down these creatures. However, it just hits you now that you've had a moment that the stench is overwhelming. And give me a second. You have disadvantage on your attack rolls and your ability checks as you are poisoned by this smell.
Oh
Ooh.
god.
So just make note of that.
But if I stay here fighting this guy, it's I straight
no.
roll, right?
Yeah, it'll be straight roll because you're flanking. So,
Andy's
anything else you
prone.
want to do? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay.
Alright. I'm
Alistair,
gonna
you're
say
up.
to
Oh wait, Savos. Oh wait, Alistair, you're up. Sorry,
Okay.
it's top of the order. So Savos, you finish your turn, then Grim showed up.
I was going to
Yep.
say to Grim, well, here comes our knight in shining armor. Took you long enough, genius.
I'm here, aren't I? Shut up and fight.
Gonna go? I'm not sure.
I'm just going to shout at this one in Infernal. You troglodyte piece of shit, get out of my way.
Okay.
Cast Resist Mockery for 1 psychic.
Well, but he has disadvantage if he fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a
1.
15.
Oh,
So he saves.
Balls.
He doesn't seem to understand you and doesn't care, as he's now just feeling a little surrounded by all of you.
I will cast Healing Word on Faustus again.
Oh
First
god,
level
thank
this
you.
time.
Okay.
Or how are you looking? I guess.
6 HP.
Okay, then yeah. I take 7.
Um,
Back up to 13. Oh, thank you.
And then I will be looking this one down when I yelled at.
give me a sec. Okay. So, it is going to be Faustus, your go.
Okay, so the one that you just tried to cast Vicious Mockery on, I'm going to hit him with an Eldritch Blast for 22
That'll hit. I'm just going to leave this dead
And
body
the
here.
light fades.
for a whopping
Okay.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So he just kind of looks over at you and starts making weird noises again, or as you just blast him with this multicolored, shimmering energy. He manages to duck out of the way a little bit, but then you just manage to catch him, and as you do, he just falls flat as he now has a smoldering, multicolored hole in his chest.
Nice. Bonus action,
Okay.
healing light on myself. Another HP.
It's supposed to be a D6, right?
Oh, D4.
Or are they
Maybe
D4s?
it's D6.
Oh. I
Wait,
thought they were
what?
D6s. Yeah, you rolled D4s
Yes,
before too.
I'm rolling the wrong thing. Alright, so it's an extra 4.
So you managed to heal yourself up. By the
Right,
grace of
actually,
Jitsu
yeah.
again.
So you should be at 17. So you're
I am
looking
doing a lot better.
slightly worse than me.
So you guys, it is going to be their turn. So this one kind of starts reeling back and disappears for a quick second. You hear a loud yell. This one different from the others. It's not so much a croaking sound as it is a almost primal guttural yell.
Motherfucker.
10. As eventually you see from across the way, standing on a platform, a similar looking creature. Not quite the same. This one seems a little more aware. It seems a little more less primal. As this one eventually makes his return, you see behind him appear another and another.
Motherfucker.
Brotar? Where are you, buddy?
I'm in a crack.
You smoking crack?
As more begins appearing, Brotar, you pop out at this point. So you
Oh,
are
thank
after
God.
them, initiative order.
Come on, you little sack of shits.
And this one begins to beat his chest, and he points at all of you and starts mouthing weird noises. And all of them chant the exact same thing in agreement. Brotar, you just pop out right beside Faustus. It's your turn.
Welcome to the party, Berto.
About goddamn time. Well, I guess the first thing I would like to do as my bonus action is to rage.
Okay.
Yes.
And I guess I'm just gonna get a big ol' whack at the dude. I mean, because really move without being jumped. Can I attack?
Sorry,
that?
Ryan. Were you waiting for a while, or were you just like?
Oh no,
I thought
I've
you were.
been sitting here for a few minutes. It's no problem.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
What were you gonna
just
do?
whack this dude.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack
Two-handed,
roll.
reckless.
Yep. Roll
With rage.
advantage. Oh, that'll definitely hit. So finally, you see Brotar's
Actually,
big 30 frame.
he can attack with advantage because
Well,
he's
I'm
prone.
attacking with advantage anyway, but it's 20. I guess I could.
Oh
try
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
see
should
if
have
it's
clicked the
Yeah,
advantage
see if you
button,
crit.
Let me do it one more.
So you guys see Brotar's big giant form finally managed to squeeze through the cracks as pieces of the wall almost come kind of fumbling out. You look behind Brotar and Sardan's tall form is there, but he's trying to find a way to kind of contort his body to get through because he's really tall. That'll definitely hit. So you watch as Brotar just shows up, looks around, sees all the dead bodies, and just cleaves this thing completely.
I hit it for 20.
20 total? Okay, gotcha.
15,
He
16,
just falls.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Jesus. It's a lot of fucking damage. I need you to make a con save.
Me?
Troglodyte stink.
Okay. So you are, as you enter and you just show up and you just start cleaving at this thing, it ends up in a big pile of bloody mush on the ground. That just manages to release an even more disgusting scent as it fills and stings your nose. You have disadvantage on your attacks and ability checks
So
for the rest of.
since I'm raging, does that just mean I'm a straight roll? Or I mean, if I do a reckless attack, it'll just be a straight
Yeah,
roll?
yeah, it'll be a straight roll, or if you're
Yeah.
flanking.
Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
So, Savos,
Actually,
here
I'm-
you go.
I'm gonna
Actually, you can
move.
move too.
So,
Yeah.
let's say you smell worse than Grim after a day at the bar and move right over
I'll
here.
just get rid of all. I'm just gonna get rid of all these bodies. So they're all over the place. So, anything else you want to
I
do?
mean, I don't know how this thing works. Is this like a cliff?
Yep.
That is
That's
across the
So
river.
I'll say,
I don't know. If I can't move,
I'll
there,
say
I don't
as you step in,
I'm just.
yeah,
is
I'll
this like
say-
a cliff all along here.
I'll say go ahead and just make a general Constitution check, just to see if you're. It's a very wet rock, and you're not quite sure how deep it is, so you just kind of step in.
Natural
for-
one.
So you manage to make it about halfway, and you do realize that it's not deep. It's not like a 10-foot thing. It's quite a shallow ground. However, you do manage to slip as you cross this thing, so you are knocked prone about
Oh, is this
halfway.
like a river or a creek?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, sorry,
okay.
it's a river.
It kind of looked like it was a plateau or something.
Yeah. Do you want to take that back, or
No, that's
if you
fine.
were sure? Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just make it to
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. So you
My
make
goal
a.
is to get between these asshats and my buddies. So,
Okay.
oh, am I poisoned?
Yes. So that would have been a disadvantage, anyways, but it's okay.
You rolled a nat one.
I
Yeah,
rolled
you
a nat
rolled that
one. It's
one.
not gonna get me worse.
Savos, here you go.
All right, just a second. That would perfect.
All right, I can do that.
All right, I am going
All
to
these facts.
shatter
Damn
one
it.
more time.
Okay.
Damn it,
Wrong button.
Brotar.
What'd I do?
And
Within range.
Oh.
if I shatter from right
You shattered
here,
this one.
Yeah,
How
you
do
want
we-
to try to get all of them?
yeah, if I shadow from
I mean,
right
you
where
can-
I am, it should hit all of them.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius sphere.
Isn't it 15 feet?
It's
which one is
10.
10.
It's 10?
So,
Oh, then yeah, I'll do it from here to. From here, yeah,
You
to
could
hit
probably
everything.
smack 4 of them.
so I'll just reveal a bit of the area.
Could have smacked all 5, but Brotar had to jump in the river.
Yeah.
So,
It's all good.
it's- How many am I
Like,
making?
you
1,
would've
2,
known.
3, 4? 4 saves?
Yeah, four saves.
On Constitution, including
That is
the
my.
the different guy who's a little different, right?
Yeah. Main
Including
and
the
then
big boy.
3 next to him.
Okay. Con saves. 18 on the first saves. 15 on the second.
God damn it.
9 on the third, and the major guy will be 19 plus 4, 23. So all of them, but this one here saves.
Still take half, I believe.
Yeah, so they all take half. Okay. Give me a sec. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they take 6 on this. 6, 6, and this one takes 13, 6. Gotcha. Okay. So you just let out another one of your classic loud booms as these things just can't quite comprehend how many times you've boomed them, and they're getting really, really scared. However, this one reminds them, makes a bunch of noises, almost as if to stand tall, and the rest of them kind of fall in line, though were skittering in the beginning from the loud noise. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm gonna stretch my back and yawn.
Okay.
That's gonna
Grim.
end my turn.
Grim, you're up.
Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna hold my action. I take my bow, and I take one of the poison arrows. If any of them get closer to Brotar, I'll fire.
Okay. Hold your action. Okay, good. Okay. Alistair.
All right, I will take a page from Savos's book and aiming my own shatter right here. I'm going to hit all the 5 little ones.
Okay. Natural 1 on the one on the left. Fail.
16.
11 on the second, so fail. 2 fails. Third one saves with an 18. Fourth one fails with a 3. 16 on the fifth one, so
this guy 3 and 5 save, so they take 8. The rest take 16. Thunder.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so the 2 that saved, 3 and 5 saved. Yeah, so they take 16. Jeez, okay. Damn.
I rolled really well. I rolled 8, 6, and 2.
God damn.
Yeah, so they're all looking rough except this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy over here just can't handle anymore, and he just, as you shatter, his body just goes limp and falls to the ground.
You can suck on my nuts.
And they're all looking really rough except for the main guy. Anything else?
And I will take a step over here to kind of block Faustus from this jackass.
Okay. Gotcha. Faustus, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna take some, it won't let me be able to heal, but I think we're good at this point, so I'm going to use my last first level spell slot for Sorcerer to cast Magic Missile at the main guy to try to chunk down his armor a little bit.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9,
So,
10.
10.
That's nice. Gotcha. Loaded. So you just again unleash a series of magic missiles. It just hits this creature that's standing a little taller, and it just takes it on its chest. It gets really, really angry and starts making horrible, horrible clicking noises. As it looks over.
Kind of do that little thing where you like hold your palm out and just kind of like gesture, like bring it.
Yeah, come at me. Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Okay. You watch as the 3 that are here on the left, they all kind of jump up in the air and latch onto the ceilings and begin skittering their way. 20. Running up to you. One of them goes here. Right. This one's going here as well. As the other 2 surround Brotar,
Yeah, then I fire at the big guy.
Yeah, so your held action is gonna go. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, where's my fucking sheet? Alright.
So this is a lot of rolls for damage, guys. So just bear with me.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll the other one because that's a 7. That does not hit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move. Oh no, I don't get to move, right?
No, not yet. So it maintains eye contact with you as it just dodges out of the way of your arrow, and it just begins walking up to Brotar. And the 4 that's beside your friends are going to go take 4 attacks on you, Alistair. So that's 14, 17, 4, which is a fail, 19. So
yeah, 3 of them hit.
3 of them hit. Okay. 4 on the first, 3 on the second, and 5 on the third. All against you. One of them is going to do 2 on you, Faustus, for a 9 and a 21.
Yeah, the 21 hits.
So 1 on you, and on Savos, another 2, 17, 12. 17 and 12. Those
The
hit
12 hit you, Savos?
They both hit. I only
Okay.
have an
I'm
AC of
going
11.
to cutting words the 12.
you. Okay. So one hit each.
9.
Yeah, that'll definitely bring it down. 4 on you, Faustus, and 5 on you, Savos.
Got it.
As the creatures just begin wailing, descending upon you like a swarm from the ceiling, dropping from the sides, trying to overwhelm you. The other 2 are going to attempt to attack Rotar on the ground. And I believe is it advantage, right?
If he's prone, yeah, attacks within
I'm
5
not
feet.
prone, but I
of advantage.
I recklessly attacked, so yes.
Yep, so advantage on you.
I'm also
Good, because
I
it's a
guess I'm
4. That's a 20, dirty 20 on the
That
smaller
will hit.
guy. On his first attack. 13 and a 9 on the second attack.
9 misses.
So the 13 hits you?
No, 13 and 9 both miss.
Okay.
What did
so
what were the, you had one that hit though, I thought.
yeah, just this one guy is multi-attacking you.
Okay,
so
my AC is 16,
all
so
of
if one of them hit,
Okay, so 1 hit. 6 slashing damage from his claw. You're raging, right? So
yeah, 3.
reduced to half, so 3. The second guy is now going to attempt to hit you, the kind of more stood up.
The bossy one.
4. Fuck.
That's gonna miss.
5.
That
Jesus.
misses.
That's the first attack. The second attack is a 19
That'll hit.
and a dirty 20. Okay. So
That
he's
hits.
going to take a... He's actually going to use his great club, which he's wielding in his hand, to try to hit you. So that's 12 damage reduced to half.
6.
Okay, so that's going to end their turns as they all kind of just start making weird, odd noises at each other. Then it's going to be your go, Brotar.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go straight for the bad guy, the big guy,
Big boy. Okay.
like Rick.
Yep.
Two-handed reckless.
Mhm.
16.
Yep,
Oh,
that'll
I get
hit.
I get a.
That's his.
Okay, 16.
Yep. His
So
armor class is
15.
14, so you just hit as you slash into his chitinous armor.
17 plus 7 is 24.
Jesus. Okay.
Fuck his day up.
Right?
So he's standing there as you just pummel into him, for disrespect of hitting you while you're in the water. He rides back in pain and just still maintains eye contact with you and goes, "Argh," and kind of looks over to his people or humanoids, or whatever you want to call these things. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay. Savos.
Back to me?
Mhm.
Okay. I am going to Burning Hands. Hold on, where is it? There it is. Burning Hands.
Do you want to try to like aim it so you hit all of these guys? You can hit me too. I'll probably live it.
I'm only doing.
resistance to fire.
You have resistance to fire.
Tieflings do, yeah.
Shit, that's a 15-foot cone. Nah. If I move there, then... Hold on, I'm trying to deliberate what I'm trying.
You'll get one guy will get an attack of opportunity on you if you do that.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll live with that.
Okay. He rolled a 10, so this is you.
Oh, thank God. Alright, Burning Hands hit these three, and Alistair.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I love you.
That's
So
fine.
what do you? So you attack. We have to make dex
Basically-
saves, right?
Basically did.
Dex save,
Okay.
of which he passes.
Natural 2.
So I would only take 3 damage, I believe.
6. It's half.
6 for half because I saved, and then half again because I am resistant to fire.
Oh yeah, then you'd only take 3.
So this one over here is going to hide behind his buddy and kind of avoid a lot of the fire damage. However, these two in the front do take that damage, and they both begin burning. Though they are slick and gelatinous, they begin burning and just kind of start swarming on the ground. Anything else you want to do?
I do not have anything else I can do.
Grim, you're up.
All right. So I am
You want
gonna
to go
move.
help Brotar? I can handle these guys.
Uh,
I got
Okay.
one trick up my sleeve left.
okay. Let me see. I am gonna move here.
Okay.
So I'm flanking this guy. I'm gonna use another superiority dice to do sweeping attack.
Okay.
So on this guy should be a straight roll.
Yep.
All right, let's do this.
Natural 20. Oh. Almost. Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
So one.
No, those will
D8.
hit for sure. Damn.
So that's a
19.
19.
Wow. Damn, son. Good damage there. Okay. So you watch as this guy just immediately crumbles and falls to the ground. The other one is looking really. He's looking rough. He's not looking really rough, but he's looking rough. As you just go ahead and slash into him.
Okay, so let me see if I still have some. Oh, so he moved back.
Where's your token?
He's right
He-
there. He's
he
under the
deleted
He
it.
is
chocolate
under.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see where it went. Yep. So they both kind of fall.
Grim's always deleting his too.
No, I was not this time. So I'm gonna move. I still have 5 feet of movement. I'm gonna move
Yeah.
here.
Okay. And I guess that's your turn. Alistair, you're up.
All right. I will step in between them over here. I'll rub my hands together, and I will cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
5 thunder damage
First one roll
against
a
the 2
16.
around me. It's a 5-foot radius around me. I got
Okay.
away from Faustus.
So, give me a sec. Constitution 2. Okay. So they both kind of just like hold out their kind of long, thin fingers as you do this thunderclap. They both manage to save. So they kind of just muscle their way towards your thunderclap, but they take that damage, right?
No, it's all or nothing. It's a cantrip.
All or nothing. Okay. Yeah. So they both kind of muscle their way through everything.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Then I will healing word myself at first level.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, Faustus, you're next. So.
Come at me, you crouch shits.
Are they
Nice.
German?
They are now.
They might as well be. Yeah, Faustus.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the guy in front of me.
Okay.
24?
Nice.
24 will hit.
This one?
So,
Or this one?
10.
yeah,
Okay.
so you watch as he just immediately takes the multicolored shots that emanate from your hand, and he just falls to the ground, as was the scenario in the past. Anything else you want to do?
Let's see.
But did you kill the big guy? What happened to him? Or are you
He's
on
here.
him?
No, he's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't see his
I think
token.
I will stay where I am because I'm in a pretty good location to be able to help either.
Okay. This one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Start running away. Alistair, you get an attack of opportunity on him.
Like hell, I'm letting you run away.
This one is going to 10, 15.
You didn't take my thunder, so take the lightning.
Yeah. So as he's running away, you just kind of slice at him, and the momentum kind of throws him forward, and he just begins rolling in a heap. This one over here is looking really rough, and he's gonna just kind of limp and stand up and look and let out a big primal predator-like roar as he begins reeling back, and you see almost like two what could be described as almost teeth. They're not quite teeth. Appendages come out. And he's gonna attempt an acid spray on Savos and Brotar. So I need you guys to make DC 14 Dex saves.
Wait, who's spraying us?
This guy right here.
Big guy.
This one? Okay. Dex?
So
Whose token is just
Dex
not
save.
there for me.
You will save. You saved on the stench, so you have disadvantage, Brotar. So Savos, you save.
I do have Dex advantage on Dex saves.
Yeah, so straight roll for
This
you.
is straight, okay.
Yeah.
16.
16.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Nice.
goodness.
I think it's probably still half, if I had to guess.
Yep. So 10 damage reduced to half. So you guys both
5.
take 5 spray damage as.
Do I get half of that since I'm raging?
But assume it's
Yes.
acid.
So
Yeah,
actually
it's acid spray.
3 then? Or
3.
two?
Sorry, it's
You get
10 reduced to
acid.
5. Wait. Let's see.
Does it get
Rage.
reduced in half again because I'm raging or not?
Yeah, I'm looking at the what.
Unless you're a spirit, like a bear totem barbarian, you don't get resistance to anything other than bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's on all damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still 5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna end his turn. Brotar, you're up.
Alright. Just gonna keep whacking at the big boy.
Wash the bug man.
Okay. No problem.
Two-handed reckless.
Yep.
24
20. Or yes, that'll hit.
and a 9. So 24. 4.
Okay.
And then also my divine
Uh,
fury. So what is it?
10,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14?
Yep, that's just exactly how much HP he had. So how do you want to kill him?
I mean, I'm just gonna take that thing and just do a big old like home run swing baseball right into the middle of him.
Okay.
I don't know.
And as you do,
Just
it
waste
just
his-
leaves a huge cleave mark in the center as he just finishes spraying acid acid starts spraying all over the place from his mouth as he just crumbles on the ground. And his body just kind of floats away in the water.
Take that, you ugly bitches!
Oh,
So you guys are out of combat.
that was nice.
So what the fuck was that? all about?
Sardon, you were so helpful.
And it's just at this moment that he's like sliding through, finally managing to get through this kind of really thin cavern. Kind of just looks over at all the dead bodies.
Okay, guys, I need to rest.
Whose fault is that?
Being yours, you guys went into the cave. They were
Who
in the
shot
cave.
the arrow that caused them to. Fuck, I don't even care anymore.
I shot the arrow because I was worried about you guys, and I wanted to get into the cave so I could protect you. So, okay, all right. So next time, okay, this is, again, the fighter doing the thinking. Next time, I'll go in first, okay? Even if it takes like a big-ass fucking time, I go in first.
I
Fine.
just want to make it clear that you shot the arrow before they attacked us.
So you guys didn't even hear them around or
We
anything?
knew they were around, but we were trying to be quiet.
Yeah, they were gonna attack you. I just made it happen faster. Because I'm efficient.
Speed
You're gonna
isn't
be the
always
death of
efficiency.
us one day.
Either that or I'm gonna make everyone's life a lot better somehow. I don't know how yet, but I will.
Come back once you figure that out, and then I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah,
Let's
same.
take a short
Uh,
rest.
I want to take a. Oh yeah, I just need a short rest because I'm a fighter. I get everything back on a short rest.
That's a big advantage. So, yep, you guys can take a short rest.
Yeah. Do you
We'll
guys
call it
want to end
thoughts.
here? Yeah. Do you guys want to call it
Yeah.
a night?
Anybody spending hit dice can also get an extra d6 thanks to my Song of Rest.
Yep. So
By the way,
everybody heal up.
do we lose the poisoned thing?
Yeah. So it only lasts for about an hour. So after your
Okay.
short rest, you guys should be good to go.
Alright. So no
I rolled-
more fucking.
I rolled 2 2s. God damn.
I rolled 2 3s in it too.
I didn't take a single point of damage. I love being a
So
fighter.
Yeah. So
Are we
as you guys
still-
continue your
How do we get out of the poison thing? Are we still poisoned?
no, your condition's gone.
Okay.
It only lasted for as long as those.
Okay.
And once you get poisoned by the smell, eventually it just fades and you're immune to it for a little
Back
while.
up to full.
your poison conditions
Yo.
because they stink.
Bro, Tara, they smelled like, remember when you ate all those beans and cabbage? Like, just like that.
I was thinking it was the time to
I'm
eat
gonna
that stew.
just step over here.
So I'll say just for the sake of it, everybody make a perception check.
Oh, no.
Shit. Oh, god damn it.
19.
That's actually pretty good.
13.
Okay.
16.
Four.
Almost all of you, with the exception of Grim and Faustus, turn over in this direction as you can almost hear something in the distance. You're not quite sure what it is, but it sounds almost mechanical.
I'm gonna cast
Oh,
Firebolt
shit.
at it.
Yeah, I'll say you can do that now if you want, but we can also leave it there. It's up to you. You can try.
Forget it.
Like you're just gonna shoot in that random direction.
I'm gonna shoot in that direction.
What did
Um,
we just bash Grim for doing?
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Grim is
so-
so happy right now.
So now there's a kind of smoldering little pile here of fire as Savos shoots. What's the range on Firebolt? I think it's 120 feet.
120.
Yeah, so 5, 10.
It
Yeah,
just
so I'll
goes-
say at some point you're waiting, you almost all turn as Savos does that, and you almost hear the as it's like zooming in, and it just goes and hits what sounds like stone.
Are you trying to
Uh,
get more shit attacking us?
Gonna attack us at some point.
And yeah, I guess we can leave the session there. So
Oh my god, I want to know what it is.
It's a Gorgon.
Don't
Oh, God.
cockblock us like that.
well,
No,
it's
please
getting
do.
late,
I
guys.
want to
It's up
live at
you.
least another week.
Yeah, Faustus
Oh
going
my-
down today.
Yeah, that was a first.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the,
it was a first for you.
the big boys trying to make their way in still.
God damn, man. I was when Faustus went down, I was